Okay, so I'm just going right into it then.
Yep.
All right.
Whatever
So
you say.
let's go ahead and let's build a foundation here. So let's go back to what we're doing. So we're doing a session. These are sessions. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a clinician. Nothing I ever do or say relates to giving medical advice or conducting the practice of a professional who is medical. And nothing I ever do or say condones violence or anything that's illegal whatsoever. So now that I've said those things, let's recall these sessions, they are for establishing holistic vision. Remember my definition of holistic vision? I use the phrase holistic vision loosely, but the definition is finite. It's the ability to see the foundations and interconnectivity of all atmospheres. That means anything. So how you acquire that, it's the commonality behind history's greatest thinkers, whether there was Muhammad, Gandhi, Jesus, Aristotle, Socrates, whatever you think is the greatest thinker in history. There's no wrong answer. Now, to do that, one of the tools is tarot. So I call this psychological tarot. I don't believe in tarot. I say that with respect to those that do believe in it. I use it purely as a non-clinical psychological tool to really rip the hell out of people's thinking foundation, show them how they think, and then show them how to unlearn and then relearn things. So let's get right into it, and let's do one simple drill. So I use the most beautiful tarot I've ever come across, Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza. I've looked at tarot for over 30 years, and this is the most beautiful because it's very cubist and surrealist like Picasso and Dali, so it's just my preference. So we'll go ahead and start here. I'm just going to pick one card randomly. Actually, so no one
somehow, I don't know.
I'm nervous.
That's how it should
I'm
be.
in front of two masterminds. Just so no one can say they pocketed the card or palmed it or anything like that. So you guys go ahead, and I'm going to fan out. Just be very careful because I protect my tarot card very carefully because I love it so much. Go ahead and pick any one random card.
We both need to
one
pick?
is good for
just
now, and
one,
you'll pick the
okay.
next one. Okay, and reveal that card, please. And this deck is a little bit adult-oriented with some of the artwork. Not that it's an adult-oriented
Is it visible
deck,
in the camera?
but
Can you see it? All right, cool.
that is the what?
Put down. Let me see.
That is the Four of Swords. Go ahead and...
Okay.
Okay, now, shall I put this down for you to see or for the camera to see? Or
I know, camera
Okay,
already.
so I'm going to leave it like this. So
Okay.
this is how it is. I'll keep it in the middle like this. So now, let me get my notes ready. So now you guys just go ahead and give me a moment here. Just contemplate on what you think you feel from the card. Now, please remember, in almost every drill I ever give, there's almost no wrong answer. Also, more importantly here, in every drill I ever give, I always give you all the information. If you feel that you need more information, that's your error. You have everything. So go ahead and just tell me what you feel from the card in one moment. Just contemplate for about 1 minute or so.
Okay, so feeling, not the opinion or something, just how we feel about this card.
That's all I'm going to say. I've already said how many goddamn times do I have to say same shit? All right, so 1 moment. Just look into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go with Levan first, please. Go ahead and tell me what you feel from the card.
Should I listen to his answer? Because
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That can't influence me.
It can influence you, but for this exercise, it doesn't matter.
But I do have my opinion. So
Okay. So it gives me creeps in a sense that the picture that I'm looking at, it looks like the doll from the horror movie, especially the face. and like it gives me like this strange feelings of like the intense horror movies giving that kind of feeling that I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Maybe the vibes of what's the name of the not the funeral, but where they bury people. What's the English word for that? The
Cemetery.
Cemetery. Yeah,
Okay.
it gives cemetery vibes also. What about you?
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. What I see here is the good future and the bad future at the same time. I see that I see the day and night that might interchange in the future. So based on the face, that's how I immediately saw as a left side is the night and the right side is the day. And even though that they might interchange, it's for the moment lying down, so kind of like a death, but it could still rise up. That's how I see. So two possibilities how the future might go on.
Okay. Now, you said it very nicely. Can his answer influence you? And yeah, with every psychological drill, that's always a possibility. But in this one, we don't really care. The other ones we will care, and I'll have you do the things at the same time. So what do you think about what Rezi said as far as being right or wrong based on what you see in the card, Levan?
My impression of Rezi's description was a bit, I think he overcomplicated and saw the deeper thing. I think he tried too much to get a sense of what's there. And my like in comparison to my impression, which was very surface level and was just based on the general vibe of what I was looking at, on the feeling. Just because the question was how do you feel, maybe I misunderstood like what the actual question was, but I decided to answer what I was feeling looking at this.
Okay.
Not like I didn't try to analyze what was going on there.
Okay.
And Rezi, I think he tried to analyze the thing.
Okay.
Make associations and stuff.
Okay. Okay, one moment.
This shit is interesting.
Actually, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just playing Candy Crush here. All right, same question for you, please.
So what I think about Levan's opinion on this card, I think I see from what perspective he thought that way or felt that way. Not only just based on looking at the card, but since we've known each other for a long time, and I know that he also he has seen that type of movies where a doll is a creepy in the horror movies, and that might just immediately fly into your mind and come across as a thought. So I understand why he might have implied in such manner.
Okay. Okay, this one drill, everything that I do, of course, reveals the inner side of an entity, of a target. You two are the target in this case, obviously. Now, this is, and target is not a bad word, it's just the thing you're looking at. So these two answers right here will show me, will show you guys, and will definitely show the audience as well, two completely different mindsets. And it's very interesting that with anything in psychology, you have to do things multiple times. You have to have multiple aspects. Otherwise, you can't just give one person a drill and be like, okay, now I know everything about you, and this is how you always will react or whatever. However, in this drill, you both have two things each that immediately help to solidify what I gauge from the first answer. So I got the first answer from you, what you feel from this. I got an idea of something to whatever degree. You answer, I got the same thing. Now, you gave the answer on his answer, and your answer helped solidify what I already have in my mind about you. And yours did the same thing about you. So this is very interesting because a lot of times you will have a target that says something and they will say different things. So you have to ask them not one question or two questions, but maybe 10 questions, maybe 20 questions, because they're all over the place. So you have to rein them in. You understand? Without them knowing that you're reining them in. But you guys are, so far with this first drill, locked into your persona. So let me describe what the hell I'm saying here. So immediately, you show, and we'll get more information as we go on. Remember, the more drills you do with any psychological theme, the more valid information you get. So immediately you go to the negative. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say that right after I described this,
Yeah.
then I thought that, okay, I went again for the negative. And before we had that talk,
Yeah.
you know, I realized, okay, I know I'm scoring down again in your list. But then I was thinking, okay, now then he's going to show me the next picture, and then I will be biased not to think negative.
Yeah. Either way, you're screwed up.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
agree, it was a negative thing to say.
Yeah. So you immediately went to negative, saying all this negative things and everything. And again, it's not wrong. It's you. It's Levan. However, that tells me as an outside entity, if I'm judging you to get into a corporation or into a university and I'm working for them or
Yeah.
some company, whatever, I am going to notice that immediately. And I'm going to relay that information to the entity that I'm working with that hires me. And very good chance I'm going to say, don't take this person in. Now, we're not done here. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you're in the graveyard right now with
But it's
your
also
friend.
weird that I don't consider myself as a negative thinker in
Yeah,
general.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's weird that I'm always getting this different associations and
Understood. I know what you're saying when you say it's weird, but it's actually not weird when you do this work. See, my like we talked about in the previous show, in our first show, I'm not a I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I am a psychological doctor. My expertise is in metaphysical psychology, but that means it is in psychological systems. And when you do this work across the world, across countries, languages, and industries, you see very quickly, a lot of times people will say something like that. Oh, I don't consider myself a negative person. I don't consider myself a weird person or whatever. And that's okay. I'm not saying that's bad. These drills are designed to do that very thing of waking you up and say, oh, fuck, I'm not a negative person, but everything I said, the mouse drill that I did last time shows negativity. This shows
Yeah, true.
negativity. So in my mind, I have this persona of I'm not going to say you, but I'm John, and I'm this kind of person, this kind of person. You may be that kind of person, but there is absolutely a variable of you that you are not seeing that
Yeah.
is being translated to your audience.
I was
What-
gonna say that like maybe I feel like I'm not, but maybe like that's how I'm perceived because I'm always saying these kind of things. Yeah.
Right. But please understand, I'm not pouncing and saying you're negative.
Yeah, yeah.
I am saying that there's an element of you to whatever degree, and we'll see more as we do these drills, that is absolutely immediately go to the fucking negative. Just like the mouse
Yeah.
drill that we did last time. Make sure you see the other episode with the mouse drill there here on Modern 9 to 5. So yeah. And that's exactly what this entire, whatever you want to call it, program, drill, whatever, my entire core of expertise is designed to do, to wake you up and say, hey, you may think whatever, but this is what's really being portrayed. So that is the first part on your answer, your first answer. And then regarding your first answer, it's very interesting that you're answering at the first answer from a divorced perspective, which is excellent. Remember in the first show, I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
if
he was
you
not
think
influenced.
interconnectedly, you are
Instant hire.
golden. Yeah, you're an instant hire for sure, for sure.
What is a divorced?
No, that's a good thing.
No. I
if
mean,
you're
can you explain what is
sure.
it?
So divorce just means a separation.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. So I use that word heavily. I think I mentioned in the previous show, if you forget everything I ever say, that's fine. Don't remember my name. I don't give a shit. But remember the best thing you could ever do for yourself, fall in love with the practice of divorce. Always divorce from yourself, from your atmosphere, from issue, from opportunity, from network, so you could see things that you couldn't otherwise see. So you are immediately looking at this and saying it could be positive, it could be negative, it could be that this person is dead, it could be daytime, it could be nighttime. So you are showing immediately, as long as you're not remembering the shit that we said in the first episode and doing it and playing around with the facade here,
I
which I
have
don't
no
think you
idea
are.
what we talked about.
Okay, all right, so we're fine then. So you're showing an initial, okay, it could be this, it could be this, and that's exactly what you want in management. You don't want to be looking and saying, okay, Levan said that Rezi did this, this, and this, and this. Okay, Rezi, you're out of here. No, wait. All right, Levan, what'd you say? Okay, calm down. Rezi, what did you say? And you're able to take information and from here and here, different aspects. And then after you have all the information, decide on what's real. You understand?
Yeah.
So you were able to divorce and say it could be this, it could be this. You were neither negative or positive. And more importantly, after everything I said, more importantly, you're able to be open, to be able to wait, let's get all the information first. You understand? And then your answer about him further evidences everything I just said. You said, I think you basically said he did it wrong. And I'm being very simple here and I'm paraphrasing, but he did it wrong. You said he was too over analytical. He looked into it. Maybe he wanted to try to find some meaning in stuff that wasn't really there. Negative again. So you,
It's interesting.
So you immediately take information from your friend for X amount of years and say, no, you did that wrong. So negative, but also negative in the fact that you did it wrong. The way I did it was right. You know what I mean? So it's
that's the
my
vibe
way
I'm
is
giving,
right.
yeah.
And my way is right.
You knew
You
that.
did it wrong.
Yeah, but
And-
it still feels kind of, I don't know. How do I say this appropriately? I don't know. Not to. It's weird that you make me look from that perspective now. You know, like, was that a negative? Like, maybe just the phrasing I said because I said he's over analyzing it, right? That over would put like certain thing that he's not doing it right, I guess.
I know what
yeah.
you're saying, but I will say no. That is just that's one variable, but the whole answer of what you said, we're overanalyzing. I don't think he did it right, or I think he was trying to look for something that,
Okay, got it.
excuse me,
Yeah.
isn't really there. If you take away one variable of over or this other variable, the core, the crux, the concept, the atmosphere of your answer is that he did it wrong. I don't think that's right. Whereas someone who is more open to possibilities of the drill,
Yeah.
of the person, of their feelings, will be like, okay, maybe that's right. You understand?
Yeah.
So your
And basically, I
answer-
implied that my simplistic vision was right, and his overall analysis was
Correct. Yes. And he could be wrong, but the fact that you answered
I
that way,
understand.
it's irrelevant whether he's right or wrong.
Yeah.
And then your answer, again, you beautifully further evidenced how your divorce of your possibility that maybe he saw things this way, maybe this, you're more open to more information too. And that tells me right there that this kind of person, whether it's Rezi or someone else, it doesn't matter. This kind of person is far more open to new ideas and possibilities, betterment of their own self, betterment of my company if I'm going to hire you. So immediately you have two very different mindsets here. And I, as the, whatever you want to call me, the consulting entity or the outside entity,
Yeah.
whatever, is going to see very quickly, as I have and as I explained here, that if I have to pick only one of you, it's not even a competition. You are in because you're open to different ways of seeing things. You're not even locked down. Again, remember, this is just one drill. Maybe if we do 10 more, you will be the beauty student,
let's do more.
and you will be total shit as we move on. And I'll be like, oh God,
that's
I
what I
can't
was
believe
thinking.
I said I would hire Rezi. What? I'm an idiot.
I mean, I'm definitely following the logic that you're describing right now, and it makes a lot of sense. If this was the only assessment part,
Yeah.
that's why I'm curious. Like, let's do other drills also.
Exactly. And remember that's great that you said that right now. Remember, companies are dumb shits. They use behavioral interviews, which is great. They use that dumbass cultural test which sucks. I have said for over 10 years across countries, industries, that cultural fitting is dumb as shit. That dumbass HR thing. Oh, you have to fit in with us. Fuck you. You don't want that shit. You don't want the fucking people that think like you, dickhead.
Yeah.
You want the people that will break the shit out of how you're thinking. Not idiots. Don't misunderstand me. You don't want the dickhead criminal that's gonna just start shit. But you want the people that are thinking like you in a different way, that are thinking like you.
Like the episode in House. He didn't wanted someone who was thinking in his manner.
Yeah,
when he's
then he
choosing.
fired.
Yeah.
him.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
a very
there
good
you go.
I
selection
mean,
process.
why do I want the opinion that I already know?
Exactly,
Forever? Because
exactly,
I mean, I
exactly.
like your opinion, but I already have that.
Exactly. You're not adding anything. So you have to remember that this drill and the drills that the companies do when they do the cultural tests or IQ tests or personality tests, which personality tests are garbage, by the way. Even the guy who invented personality tests said, don't use these as personality tests, and no one listens. That is the only information that you will give to the company. Just like when you're on, I've said this so many times, just when you're in a court case, if you're an expert witness or a regular witness, you get one chance to say whatever. If you mess up, that's all they're going to take away from you. When you're on television having millions of people watching you, you only get one chance to say something. You can't come back and say, oh, wait. So you have to be cognizant. You have to be understanding of what you're saying and exactly what they relay. We good so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask, since even after the first drill you explained all that.
I was gonna ask the same exact question. I think.
Shouldn't
They're
that
they're
have
piling
been?
on me now.
Shouldn't that have been done afterwards, after the 10
Yeah,
or
like
other?
this is
sessions?
definitely
Sorry.
gonna influence. Now that you explained how this works, like when you're gonna do another drill, won't this affect like how we're gonna answer?
No, there will be other tricks, but
Yeah. Yes, everything you, like I said before when we were doing this drill, every psychological test, when you give information such as your information begotten from him when he gives his answer, and then your information begotten from him when he says his answer, it's always going to affect you to some degree. When I gave you all this information now, yeah, it could affect you, but two things. Number one, I'm going to give you stuff that's very different. So I'm going to give you stuff in a way that's going to trick your mind. So your mind, you can come in here and be like, okay, Dr. Herman's really fucking weird. He's going to give me all kinds of weird shit. I'm going to be careful. You can't do it. Because
Okay,
I'm going
got
to get you. You understand?
Got
It's
it.
the same thing. The second thing I want to say is it's the same thing as saying, oh, Rezi is a magician, and he just did one trick, phenomenal trick, to you. Then he explained how he did it. Now you're saying now you can't do any trick at all again because I gotcha. No, these are totally different tricks.
Understand,
These are totally
understand.
different drills.
yeah, I think just like in the magic tricks, the more focused you are, the more fucked up you might be when they are doing. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
more
you're
you're
paying-
watching,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
the more I might think,
Yeah.
what should
Yeah.
I answer, the more you will get me
because
there.
most likely you're focusing on the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're more
Yeah.
locked into. You're like, now I gotcha, and he's got shit over here that you weren't watching. Yeah, so it can go either way. So no, you guys are totally cool with moving
right.
forward and still fucking up in big ways. So you're good. All right, so
Let's see.
let's go ahead and let's get let's do something a little different, a little more different. Let's do some drawing, okay? So
do
you
it.
guys are good to go with drawing here. We got you paper and pen. So let's go ahead and do a TAT. Did I talk about this in the first interview? TAT,
I think you-
TAT, Thematic Apperception Test.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Simplify the wording for us,
Okay,
please.
okay. So let's first do this. So let's go ahead and now, Rezi, you will draw a card. Anyone except the bottom one, because you saw it most likely. All right. So go ahead and pick one card.
And show it to the camera also.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got the tower. Okay,
Can I see this
Levan.
also?
Death.
Uh,
Yeah, of course. Everyone
Levan,
can see.
Can you show it to the camera?
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Gio, can you check if it's visible?
That's the death card.
Oh, don't influence his opinion.
If you read tarot, the tower is actually typically an evil card. It's an omen of bad news.
It's funny that you said it. Like the other card was giving me that vibes, the omen vibes, and I would say like most of the stuff here kind of creeps me out. Maybe this is not my kind.
This
Again,
deck
the
is
negativity.
really
fucking.
priming you. Yeah.
Should I see this also? Or,
What?
Or this is for only for.
I know.
Rezi,
I
or-
just saw. You can just
no, no,
observe
this,
it.
both of you are going to draw
You
at the
can
same
Oh,
time.
okay. So let me see this for a second. Huh. I have an interesting thought about this.
Okay. So now we have the tower tat.
Wow.
Okay, so we're going to do a drawing.
I have zero talent in painting, so just so the audience knows.
What should we?
Your art skills will
Draw?
be judged
Yeah.
heavily.
I mean,
Okay, so what we're going to do, TAT, Thematic Apperception Test, TAT, a very famous psychological drill that's used in clinical psychology, not my type of psychology because I'm not a clinician, like I said. So a TAT is basically where we have one variable. In this case, the variable is the tarot card. You can use anything. You can use a shoe. You can use a landscape. You can use a rock, whatever. It doesn't matter because it's a universal test. So you're looking at it, and you are giving me a story. So I'm locking you in, priming you to some degree via that variable, via that rock, via that picture, here via the tarot, the tower tarot that you picked at random. So what we want to do is you go ahead and you draw. I'm going to do this differently. You go ahead and draw what led up to this. So this is the present tense. I want you to draw
What caused
whatever
this?
led up to this. So whatever scenario would be on this card if it was in the past tense that led up to this, whether that was 5 seconds before or 5 million years
Yeah.
before. Your decision. So go ahead and,
and
do
then
that.
we explain the drawing because, like I told you, I'm terrible painter.
We'll see what we do.
Okay, okay. Shit. I just feel like you won't understand what I'm drawing.
But
That's
then we
okay.
just
That's
explain,
okay.
right?
Okay, so what led? What happened before this? So we see these circumstances here. Right?
I
Okay, no, your
said
number would-
everything I need
Got
to
it,
say.
got
Okay, I understand.
God damn it, Levan. Listen. I'll go back to my Candy Crush. You all can feel free to make a sandwich. So first we're doing past tense.
How the fuck do I paint this?
Careful, this is a family show, Levan. Watch your fucking language.
no idea what I'll be right.
I mean, I have a
doing,
very
but-
clear story that I want to tell. I am just very limited in drawing, so I don't know how to deliver this, honestly.
Duly noted. Keep drawing.
Yeah. That's
And
what
we
I'm
have
doing.
Levan coming in ahead of Rezi. Rezi's coming up behind. He's about a mile away from Levan.
no way.
I have
Levan's coming to the finish line. Go!
Oh, we have a time limitation? Because I don't know when...
Until the audience gets bored. That's all. All right. No, I'll give you a little bit of time. I will not say how much, but
Okay. So the point that I'm trying to cross over is...
I think I'm done,
okay.
Okay, give me like a few minutes.
but I do
And-
have a story about that.
Okay.
I
It looks
also
like
have
Rezi has drawn a serial killer.
Not
Actually,
exactly.
a postal worker going postal
no,
on
not
people.
exactly.
And Levan is drawing some kind of underground chamber.
Oh wait.
That's the
Okay.
thing, like I'm trying to paint something, but this is not very understandable. Okay, so basically these are people.
If you say so. Okay.
Are we allowed to write something down?
Okay, you got about 10 seconds.
Got it.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
You're happy over there too? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's show what we have.
No.
Show the abysmal
Okay,
artwork
so
that we
I'll
have.
show it to the both
Yeah.
cameras. No, wait.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's gonna be very visible. So this is my drawing, guys.
Hold the.
Is it
Make sure
visible,
it's
Guido?
clear.
All good. All right. So this is me, and this is Rezi.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
All right. Now we show this to you.
Okay, well, I see it here. Okay, so this is the past tense. So what you drew led up to this
Yeah.
present illustration.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start with Rezi,
All right.
your past tense.
Right. So basically, what I drew here, what led up to that point, is that not specifically from the picture, but what I see on the picture is that something just happened. All right, blindfoldedly, and there were significant amount of people who got lucky and didn't die, and they were still happy even though that they might have died, and but someone still died. That's like what happened. That's how I perceive. And what I have as a drawing is a man who's like blindfoldedly is throwing the knives, and there are different and bunch of group of people, and only one of them gets hit, and the others are still happy about that, even though that something bad happened, but it was not them.
Okay. All right, now we're going to mix it up here. So
Should I say? it now?
critique Rezi's.
Oh, sorry. I was
drawing.
still thinking about my stuff. Like you have to repeat it, Rezi. Or is that
Apparently, we
allowed?
don't pay attention here
Yeah.
on Modern 9 to 5.
He hates me, guys. All right, say again, please.
Yeah, so what
people got
happened is that something, based on my picture, this is what I draw. This is what happened. Like some kind of a happening. You see a blind man here who's
Yeah.
throwing the knives, and there's a group of people, and only one of them gets hurt, and the others are still happy, and they feel
And
lucky.
this led to this situation? What's going on? here?
Yes. For example, this is a person who got saved, in my understanding, based on this some kind of a disaster or whatever. This is the person who died, but this could have been him in my imagination, but he's still happy, more or less, that the bad thing happened, but I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I...
Now I have to critique this.
Please.
His understanding. All right. So to give you like a very so first of all, like it makes sense. I like his how he sees this in a positive way. Like he saw luck in this whole situation, and in my understanding, there could be many other things what's going on there. The only critic I have would be it's kind of surface level vision in this case. Like in the previous scenario, I think he did the deeper analysis, and this time I feel like he could have had a stronger impression of what's going on, what could have led to this kind of situation, what's going on there. So I think he like it's like a surface level analysis from his side, and that will be my critique.
Okay.
But yeah, praising the lucky, positive thinking side.
Okay. And then tell me about yours.
Yeah. So what? First of all, I need to explain what happened in my mind here and what led, like what I draw, then what led to this.
Okay.
So the way
No, do not describe
Oh.
this card.
I should not describe
No,
this
just-
because otherwise it won't make sense. Like if I say why I draw the scenario that led to this, right? Because first you
Well,
Uh-huh.
no.
all right.
You can say, as he
Yeah.
did here, you can say that this created the past that led up to this,
Uh-huh.
and then drop off.
All right, got it. So this led to this, and what's going on here is that the country, this is crowd here, is led by the clowns.
By the
So
clowns.
So the clowns, not in a
Okay.
sense like the actual clowns, but the government,
Oh, okay.
they're laughing here, they're smiling, and they're morons.
Okay.
And here's the crowd, and this is the situation that led to this, in my
Okay.
understanding. But I'm not explaining the picture, right? In this
Correct.
case.
Correct. I just don't want you to explain it right
Okay.
now, because
Will I get a chance to explain this later to the
yes,
audience?
yes,
All right,
yes,
got
you
it.
will. Yes, you will.
This shit is interesting.
Okay, critique, please.
Now you have to critic.
Where's my pen?
Here.
Oh, I have to criticize it.
Yeah.
Critique. So I'm only going to say this because this may be an instance of language. So critique doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing.
Good.
It just means to
okay.
point stuff
Yes.
out. Yeah.
I wanted that clarification because I like the how he implied the past, what led up to that. I didn't thought that way. I like the idea there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we're going to have us describe this present tense. What's
picture.
happening now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go ahead first.
So, in my opinion, what's going on, like the way I see this is, so I'm not describing the previous part again, right? So I'm
Correct. Just
saying-
present
all right.
tense.
So the present, this is some sort of privileged tower where there was a there were clowns sitting, which were like,
Microphone.
these clowns had power, in my opinion, and they were mismanaging something there. And this here, right there, is the alien superpower technology. Aliens came over. It's like an alien invasion. I wouldn't call it invasion, but aliens are saving people from these clowns up there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening in my mind. So they were doing such a terrible job, and they were such clowns that aliens came to save the rest of the world.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to stop here before you do your answer. One thing I want to point out about every drill you've done thus far, and when I say every drill, you specifically, when I say every drill, I mean every element of the 2 drills we've only done thus far.
Uh-huh.
So when you did what you did in the last drill, and when you talked about him, and then in the previous show's drill that you did, plus this drill here that you just spoke about, and the element of the same drill where you talked about the present tense, you use a lot of what's called qualifiers. So in my opinion, I think, according to me, which isn't in itself wrong. It's not wrong at all. But in itself, it's definitely a very big contributor into seeing someone at a lower level. So basically, it shows a lack of confidence by far. It says, according to me, and I'm oversimplifying it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's according to me, maybe not. I'm not sure. So basically, whoever is always doing qualifiers is always unsure of themselves at that moment, not necessarily always, but if it is all the time,
Yeah.
then it is always, of course. They're uncertain with what they're saying. Perhaps they don't feel that they have the acumen, the skill, the ability, the caliber to do what it is that they're talking about there, the qualification, the pedigree.
But
And-
what is the qualifier? Sorry, like
So-
in this context.
Well, what I was just saying, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I think, according to me, so you
Yeah.
keep saying those things, in my opinion.
Oh, those. Okay, got it.
So
Yeah,
those
So not,
qualifiers-
got it. Got it.
So you're saying, according to me, in my opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
I think this.
No strong verbs, no strong wording yet. Yeah.
Well, the nomenclature, the actual words you use after that, totally fine. But the fact that
Yeah.
you keep coming back and saying, okay, Rezi's my boss. He says, Dr. Herman, what do you think about whatever? Or what the hell are you doing? Whatever. Well, in my opinion, I think for me,
Got
if
it,
you
understand.
do that once in a while, that's fine. Most humans across existence do that. But when it's habitual, then you have flagged your character and your ability. So I just want to point that out to you as we go forward, that you use qualifiers all the time, 100%, whenever we do drills. Again, it's not bad in itself, but when it's habitual, such as yours are,
Yeah.
it definitely puts up at least a subconscious, if not conscious, vibe to the person you're talking with that, okay, maybe I don't know what it is, but there's something that, like, I'm not sure if he's completely confident. So you
Yeah.
understand? So I just want to point that out here to mix things up. And you go ahead and describe the present tense, please.
All right. What I see here, and when I saw the picture, immediately it gave me the 9/11 vibes. And it could be because I've seen a lot of and almost all of the videos about that, not only recently, but throughout all that years that have been uploaded. And it gives me the vibes. For example, I correlated it to a specific moment when people are jumping from the tower after the crash. And the one that is laying down here on the picture, I imagine it as a person who was saying that if I have taken that taxi or the bus, I might have died, and that's the lucky person who actually survived because of some of the situations. So that's what I see immediately here. Yeah, the 9/11. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so last thing we're going to do with this is future tense. Go ahead and draw what you see as the future of this present that was had by the past. So past, present, future. So go ahead and draw the scenario at the future.
such a weird drawing. But all right, I'll explain it. I guess I'm done. Yeah.
Done.
I
Okay.
need a second.
I should have learned. I should have learned how to.
You're fine.
And it's actually so easy. They teach you just by letters and numbers, and after that, everything shapes so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What are you
If you
talking
want to
about?
draw like very basic things,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so easy actually to
Mhm.
learn.
I also suck at that.
And, this is also because in our for Georgians, the charades and the Pictionary and all that
Oh yeah.
thing that Americans usually play,
Yeah.
that was not popular for us. We were
Oh,
playing
really?
some other things, yeah, and
I think I'm done also.
yeah, it was not that popular compared to other countries. Yeah,
Charades is a great game.
yeah, I know.
love
I mean,
playing
I
that.
watch all the time that shows, and I love that. But we, in our family, we never played that. Yeah.
Ah. Okay, so we're gonna skip here. Like I said in the first show, with my work, we're skipping all over the place. We're talking about this,
Uh-huh.
we're doing this drill, then we'll immediately go to this, won't even continue this drill, or maybe we'll continue it, go backwards, whatever it is. So I want to ask you guys something. Do you know about something called chopper rap music? Chopper rap?
Chopper rap. Which one
Like
is
helicopter, chopper. Okay, so it's basically gangster rap where it's really fast speech in the
Okay.
rap. You've heard rap music.
that? I love
yeah.
rap. Like,
Okay,
but
okay.
that's
Wait,
why
You know Tupac?
Of course.
Okay, so he's chopper rap a lot of times. He does
Tupac
that.
qualifies as chopper rapper, huh?
well, some of his songs, yeah, like
I mean, like a fast
changes.
type of
Changes, you know that
Dun,
one.
dun,
Yeah,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
exactly.
dun, dun,
Changes,
So
of
that's based on some parts of chopper rap, especially the ending.
Okay.
Also, Easy E.
Okay.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
Easy,
good.
yeah, Compton.
Love it.
Yeah,
Real
this-
motherfucking G's,
That's
right?
that's my favorite song by him. Yeah, I love that thing. So that's chopper rap music.
Okay.
So if you are, let's say, I'm going to give you one of the drills. So as I mentioned before the recording here, this is I think it's my third or fourth book. I think it's the fourth one. This is the textbook on the work that I do, the holistic vision. This is the one that's used in different universities across the world to help people get a holistic vision. So we're going to do something here. So there's a section in here that's called chopper rap music.
Uh-huh.
Again, before we start, I don't understand the meaning of the chopper rap. Well,
Oh, so chopper rap. So you got rap music.
yeah,
Chopper rap is just one style of rap music.
which is to like rap faster
Gangster
than
Rap
the
fast. It
usual?
sounds like a
Okay.
machine gun. It's called chopper because it sounds like the blades of a helicopter, like
Basically,
like that.
I
you
think
know what I
it's
mean?
gangster rap.
Yeah, it's equated to gangster
I
rap.
wasn't just familiar with the term, but okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just called
Hardcore
chopper
rap, I think they also call it
hardcore.
sometimes.
It's also called. So you got chopper rap, hardcore, gangster rap.
Okay.
All three are basically the same
All good.
in a basic sense. So here, let's say, so rap music. It doesn't appeal to anyone. We don't care if you like rap music or not. That's not the point. So let's say someone is. You have. Let's say I'm a chopper rapper, a gangster rapper, chopper rapper. So you two are interviewing me for just to get to know, just a social interview, okay? So you're getting to know me, you're understanding that I do chopper rap music. Now you go ahead and tell me, what do you think would be one way that I can use my chopper rap music skills, or anyone can use chopper rap music skills in an area that is not associated with the music industry? So let me say one more time, make sure we understand. So my ability to just rap music very, very quick like that. What area outside of rap music, outside of music at all, would that skill help me with or help someone with?
Should we start?
Yeah, go ahead and just answer whatever you want. You can answer
Does it have to
collectively.
be like one thing, or can I say like how can
whatever you want, whatever you
you? All
want.
right. So you
You
You wanna start?
Okay. If you want, I can start.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I think the person who has that type of ability, all right, could be excellent in any job or any institution that has debates in it. So when you have to debate to another person, and that is that could be an excellent skill. Why? Because when the debates are ongoing and it's like a two-way street, and you just need to win an argument,
Okay.
it's always good when the words are coming into your mind as fast as possible. You need to articulate them well. You need to have the good structure. For example, we usually have this. I don't know if you also felt that, but when you're in an argument and at the night you think I should have said this when it hits at the
Right.
night,
Right.
and someone who has the skill of a chopper upper, I think that would be able to come up with that ideas on the spot.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a politician could be really good, for example, who
Okay.
has that skill.
I was gonna say most of stuff he said in terms of like I would definitely go for lawyers. They would do well in the law firms and stuff like that. But I'm gonna take that step farther. No qualifiers here. Like I'm sure that they would be better.
Are you sure?
Yeah. This time, like
In
I
your
have
opinion?
a very very strong feeling because verbal skills are everywhere useful in my opinion. So for sure, like law, where there are a lot of debates, politics, also public speaking, and even in podcasting, even in media, where you just have to articulate your thoughts really well, where you talk to the audience, live streamers. I think basically I'm not even limiting that to just those specific industries. I think even if you are, again, I think and stuff, I'm sure.
God damn it.
I'm sure that they would do well in any areas, even if they're tech or developers or doctors. You still need that skill to articulate your thoughts well. And if you're even a shitty doctor and you can explain to the patient something well and make them feel safe and comfortable, you're still doing half the job, in my opinion. So that's why those skills are very useful.
Okay. So both great answers, of course. But I told you with every drill, almost every drill I give, or excuse me, every drill I ever give, there's almost always no wrong answer. This is the same. In this one, there's no wrong answer. However, in every drill I ever give, there's always a better answer. So it's interesting that you two capitalized, you pounced on abilities that would also rely on the speech delivery, very fast delivery in debating, very fast thinking, followed up by linguistic ability, which is speaking, of course, like you said. So later, hopefully, you don't go home and be like, "Oh shit, I should have said that," and you're able to deliver the argument better because you're more skilled at spouting stuff very quickly. Though one can argue that, well, you're right, but if it's chopper rap style, a lot of people won't understand what the hell you're saying. Because usually with the chopper rap song, you have to listen to it at least one more time, at least. Sometimes more than two times to understand, wait, what do you say? You know what I mean? So you're right, but one can argue, yeah, you're right, but do you mean this kind of speed? Because, Eminem does this, Dr. Dre sometimes did it, usually didn't. Not as fast as Eminem, not as fast as Eazy-E for sure. So I'm not so sure because maybe it'll be too fast. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I
Maybe
understand.
they're wrong. Maybe you have an instant put down of their argument that will win. But the fact that they could come up with that is a failure in the answer that you deliver. So remember, with this holistic vision or this psychological tarot or whatever you want to call it, these are perfection systems. So just like religion, just like Six Sigma in manufacturing, in leadership, in business in general, if you know Six Sigma.
Yeah.
So you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to get there. but you always want to strive towards it. So in your answer also, you agreed with him, and you capitalized also on the delivering, the physical delivering, physical voice, of course, of that. That's fine. But it shows me and anyone who's an expert in psychological systems that you guys aren't thinking outside of the atmosphere. So remember with interconnectivity, if you're an interconnected thinker, you are by far ahead of most humans who ever touch this planet, and that is not an exaggeration. So yeah, you're right. But you also want to think of, you want to step outside yourself and show that, shit, this guy thought of stuff that most people won't, such as if you're a chopper a chopper rapper, you're able to acquire swimming better because you can hold your breath more. Because the number one element of chopper
Different
rap
angle, right?
is breath control. That's the number one thing when you're learning chopper rap music, breath control. The other thing is you're able to take that into different deliveries, such as psychological operations or military strategy. So I can come in, let's say he's a chopper rapper because he's dressed like that with that hat today. So he and I are going to say to you, you're our admiral, okay, and we're both captains. So we're going to say, so here's the target. Want to come in here, 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 here. He's the chopper rapper. I'm explaining the strategy to you, but also to him as my colleague, as another captain. So we're going to come in like chopper rap music. I may or may not say that phrase, but the point is there. We want to hit him with the artillery. At the same time with the artillery, we want to come in with the long-range missiles, the SAM, surface-to-air missile. Here, here, here. So it's like bam, 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 bam. You understand? So we're taking this element, and these are very simple examples, but they're very real examples. So we're taking that pattern of bam, 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 of chopper rap and acquiring it by beating the shit out of the enemy, blasting them, bombing them, all that stuff. Bam, 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 like that. We're also taking it and saying, if we want to learn breath control for swimming, if you're a chopper rapper, you're going to immediately have a grander breath control and be able to hold your breath longer for grander performance in swimming. Also, let's continue forward with interconnectivity here and unknown things. If you're having grander breath control, you're going to be able to help others who acquire chopper rap skills in speech therapy. So one of the things that's used in speech therapy, and they did a movie on this called the King's Man or the King's Men, King's Man or King's Men, true story about the King George, how he had a speech impediment. He would always stutter. I don't know if you know this.
I think
during
I heard about
World War II. I think it was World War II. Yeah, World War II. And one of the doctor, who wasn't really a doctor, the guy that helped him overcome that, he relayed the information to King George that you want to study dancing. And he practiced dancing with him. You want to study all these different fluid arts. It's called fluid arts when you study it. Dancing, when you're at the rave, you do glow sticks and everything like that. When you're, I just broke the microphone.
When X-raver.
Yeah, I am. So you want to do all these things because when you do that, you're pressing upon yourself a fluidity, a different kind of fluidity, and that absolutely translates into physicality of you being then able to speak better, speak more fluid instead of being nervous and getting stuck and stuttering all the time. So why are we saying this? We're going from tarot into chopper rap music, into swimming, into fluid arts, into speech therapy, because all of this should be impressing upon you the importance of holism, seeing everything at the same angle, everything different angles at the same time, being able to see this area, how it applies here, very quickly like that. So, of course, no one's going to be able to do this at the outset. You have to practice these things, go through the tarot and all that stuff. So this drill I wanted to throw in to throw you off a little bit and make you think differently as we move forward and interrupt this drill that we're doing. So now when you give me the final answer of what the future tense is of this drill, hopefully you're incorporating those things and it's helping to prime you a little bit more. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
You
is
don't-
that what you want us to do?
I don't. I want you to do what comes from within you.
But he gave us kind of, not to say coaching, but he
yeah,
explained
I
like
understand.
how we can
But
apply
to,
that. To
yes, but to further answer your question, I mean, the whole goal of my work ultimately is to get you to think you in general holistically. So whether you do that after we're done with this whole session, or if you do that now on here, it's up to you.
That's what I
So,
wanted to.
sorry, based on that information, are we allowed to change the answer, like the drawing or
Well,
something? or-
there's nothing to change because you. Oh, the drawing, no.
Okay.
But the
But the
delivery, the
perspective.
explanation
Yeah,
of the
okay,
drawing.
got it.
If you change it, I won't know. So it's
Uh-huh,
okay.
got it.
I don't think I will change that. My question here is this: I understand the purpose to think holistically, what you're trying to induce from us, and in the future to do it so. What I'm interested is this. For example, when this session is done, or even after several days, if I'm gonna be thinking about that in any of the situations, I might try to use these techniques. But when I will be on the spot, it might not be as simple as that. So, are there any extra trainings that we could do? For example, you're doing this for daily basis, and for you, it might be already natural that you are trained
course.
to go ahead and in every situation do that. But are there any exercises that a person can do on daily basis that could put them on the spot, have an extra experience that, all right, when I will be on some kind of a situation, first thing that in my mind comes is let's think on different angles and let's
Right.
try to understand it.
Right. The only answer I can give you is habituation. Like anything, if you're learning, if you come to me and I'm a baseball coach and you say, "What's the fastest way for us to get to the MLB?" I think it's MLB. I actually hate sports. Major League
Specifically
Baseball.
baseball,
Yeah,
yeah.
baseball. Major League Baseball. So, what's the fastest way for me to get there? Well, keep practicing, keep practicing. What's the fastest way for me to beat the shit out of anyone verbally in a debate? Like you were saying with debates with chopper rap.
Practice chopper.
Practice, habituate. Yeah, practice chopper rap music. Here at Modern 9 to 5, we only recommend the best technique. So it's just going to be habituation. Now, with that said, just constantly do these drills. Come up, if you can come up with your own drills that are similar. With that said, the best thing for you to be able to habituate is remember divorce. As I said, if you forget everything I ever said, remember divorce. Because if you remember to divorce from yourself, you will start to put yourself in an outsider or consultancy perspective where you're consulting on your own atmosphere at that time, and then say, okay, Levan, okay, Rezi, you need to do this, you need to do this. Okay, Rezi's arguing with me right now. Let me divorce while he's arguing. This is I'm saying this in my head. Let me divorce. Let me see, is he telling the truth? And maybe I'm not seeing something. Divorce. Once you divorce, only then can you start to do things or see things differently. Then you can start to habituate. So number one, habituate. Divorce to be able to habituate. Other than that, there is nothing else. You're going to have to just, like I said, with anything. If you're studying to be a mathematician, studying to be a marketer, a famous podcaster, keep doing it.
Okay.
Is this stuff what you're doing right now just for the recruiters and the companies that hire you, or is it also beneficial for someone who is like us, like when we're listening to you right now?
No.
Because definitely we're getting some sort of value, right? Here, it feels like coaching or
he's
training.
he's saying this is totally worthless, basically.
No, that's why I was asking, because I thought you were only working for the companies, but like I see how we can benefit from this.
No,
No.
you just saw that.
Here
I
at
think
Modern
it's
9 to 5, we
excellent.
like to be very late with everything.
I mean, well, when we were talking about the to have it as a habit, what I thought of is to, let's suppose when I'm waking up and I live alone, and just to look at all the things that I'm doing from the third person perspective. For example, if you're playing the third person action games, when you see the whole person, not from the eyes
Right,
view. Yeah.
right.
Could that help if I'm gonna try to do that? Let's say that I'm just pouring a coffee for me, and I'm trying to look it from above, like
Yeah.
as I see my whole body and
Right,
what
right,
I'm doing,
right.
and I try to see all the 360 angles.
Right.
I don't know.
Yes, yes. The short answer is yes, but it's the same thing. You just further evidenced what I said. Number one, the big answer: habituation. There's nothing you can get around with that. But again, to get to that, divorce, like you said, see yourself outside of yourself. It's called a meta-analysis. Meta meaning above or beyond.
I heard detachment also.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, divorce, meta-analysis, detachment, see yourself as a perspective, third-party perspective, whatever phrase you want to call it, it's the same thing. So yes, if you want to say even see yourself like an OBE, out-of-body experience, see yourself lifted from above here, see how you're pouring the coffee, all that stuff. Yeah, all of this, whatever the hell works. For you, it may be physically, or excuse me, mentally seeing yourself pour that cup of coffee from a different perspective. For you, it may be something totally different. It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as you're going forward doing that thing. And yeah, I do work with high level entities, but as you can see, all of this work is universal. So it doesn't matter if it's a high level entity or three letter agency that's getting this information from me, or if I'm delivering it to a group of single parents or babysitters. It's the same thing. It's just applied for different uses. You know, this company will use it for this. You will use it for this. So
Yeah, I mean, I just realized that I will have this session as a record, and I can just rewatch it whenever the
there you
fuck I
go.
want.
There
So
you go. Yeah.
that could be a good reminder for me. I can just
Yeah, right.
just do that.
Your
So
Exactly,
personal
yeah.
coaching on the record.
Exactly. So let's go back to here and
Yeah.
finish this drill here. So future
The future.
tense, let's go ahead and have Levan go first. Future tense of that.
I'll just do it for the audience to remind them what was my previous answers. The present, the way I described was for that the country was run in a bad way, and this tower was a privileged kind of place to be, and it was run by the clowns, and that's what caused it, because I draw that the government was clowns, and they ruined the country, and because of that the present was that aliens invaded this country to save people from this terrible government, and they sent this set this fire to the tower. So that was my present, and the future right now is as per my drawing it's prosperity. Like the country is run nicely now, the crowd seems happier right now, and then up there are new towers, renowned infrastructure and stuff like that. But after Dr. Herman's lecture on holistic thinking, then it got me thinking maybe aliens are not necessarily good, and maybe they just want to, they just saw the opportunity in this country, and they saw that these clowns were actually morons, and they could rule this country even better, and maybe not necessarily the prosperity, but maybe this country now looks even more enslaved, but not in a jokey and clowny way, but it's more organized, and they serve like different purpose right now for the sake of aliens. Like that was my other perspective.
Okay, and then what do you think about his answer?
on which one he made two answers?
What do you think about his answer?
Okay, that's the only thing you're
So
gonna
I'm
give
gonna
me.
say, yeah.
Of
You
course.
understand the fact that you just asked that dinged you, right?
Yeah. I think that's really good explanation in my understanding. Why? Because what I see here is how he implied that didn't occur to my mind. So I like that, the different perspective, that it could be aliens, and then specifically explaining after your lecture how he viewed all this situation. So I like, since I didn't saw that on my own, I could see that. So I could try to see that, and I like that, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then your answer of the
My answer, what happened in the future, is this. So specifically what happened here, and my explanation for the present tense was the 9/11. This is how I operate usually.
Which one is the future?
The
Below
bottom.
yeah,
right?
the bottom part.
So the bottom is shown by
And what's
yeah.
happening there is that there is a funeral, and after the funeral, still there are people who are rebuilding the country, and everything is gonna be fine. But what I'm saying here is that my idea all the time, whenever I'm encountering any kind of situation or any person, I'm trying to like have comparison to my past. If somehow I have already associated, and I can associate them with the things that already happened. So just like on this picture, I associated it with the 9/11. Even for like friendships, I mean, there are several persons in my life and several people who I think that they are really similar to Levan. And not yet, but there might be someone who I can also associate you as well. But not yet. I don't know anyone who's like you.
talking about you.
So that's usually what I do all the time in my mind, to have, okay, this is something, a similar situation that I have encountered in the previous, and let's try how I can have different arguments about that, because I already know what might happen, what could possibly happen. And then, since that's my explanation, that's what actually happened here. Well, I mean, after 9/11, they were crying. I mean, people who were crying, the funerals, but rebuilding, then again, everything, and making America great again. Jokes aside, yeah. Doesn't qualify maybe on a holistic view.
I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Should I criticize
But
now? Not
I still-
criticize, critique.
Actually, yeah, critique is different.
Yeah.
All right, actually I want to ask you a follow-up question on what do you think about him always wanting to refer to an instance in his past to relate to whatever is ongoing?
It's funny that you said that, really, because I was gonna say that that's why, like, knowing Rezi, since 7th grade, as he likes to refer it, it was actually 8th grade. Rezi, like, this is not something I saw for the first time. Like the way he's thinking, and it's funny that you pointed that out, because he likes to hang on certain type of memories a little bit too tight. You know what I mean? And I think that sometimes influences his decision making in his life, which is that if he understands something really well, and if he says it very clearly, and if he has some strong opinion about something, then he, how do I say this? Like, we just had this session from you, right? The lecture after certain parts of this drill. And then you basically explained what holistic vision is for the 10,000 times, but like you still did it in that moment, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, I saw the opportunity that maybe I should look at this thing in a different way. But he decided to, kind of stick to his memory in a sense. And that's not the first time I'm seeing this, because whenever I'm trying to give him the life advice or something, he seems to be fine with his comfort zone and hanging on his memories and his past experiences.
It's
Usually.
true. It's true.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't even feel like he wants to, he naturally doesn't want to change that. So that's not something new for me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Does that still work? Because we know each other so well.
Does what still work?
Like the type of like should do the group sessions are
He just
usually
divorced.
with the stranger.
You said a lot, so I won't be specific.
Yeah. You know, like the sessions, like I would assume if you're doing in the groups, do those.
The sessions in general?
Yeah. No, not just the group sessions, but like people that know each other.
Yeah,
in the
I
session.
understand.
Yeah.
They never work if you're a crappy conductor of the sessions. They always work 100% of the time, even if you know each other. Like someone with myself and a best friend, or someone that's extraordinarily close with me, as long as I design it properly,
Yeah.
they always work, no exceptions, no hyperbole, no joking also. But the person that's designing the drills, the systems, whatever, they have to make sure that they're doing it properly, and it's very deceptive. Like I mentioned in our first show, all my work is based in deception, because if I come at you saying, okay, guys, we're going to do this, this, and this, all right, ready, break. Okay, it's not going to work. So yeah, you can definitely do it, and you can still help each other if you advance after this session here, helping each other with these drills or whatever, and be very, very effective still, as long as you do them in the right way. So I will say, first of all, what do you two think of the first drill versus the second one? You go first.
The comparison of the first drill to the second one?
What do you think of it?
The first picture, you mean?
No, the first
okay.
drill. The first. So we did the one drill with the other card.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
yeah, so that drill versus this tat.
Okay.
All right. I think it's very informative, because the idea of what you provided, I would 100% agree how you described them after the sessions, because that's naturally how I think, and it was on the spot as well. I was not trying
Should I
to.
critique this, because I don't think he understood the question.
He's got it.
got it. Really?
I mean,
Apparently, you didn't understand it.
Could be. It could be.
Typically, I do think that way. It's just that I'm not observing it as much as right now, and I, for like 0%, tried to change my ideas. This were actually what it was on the spot. I wasn't trying to be biased as maximum as I could. Maybe that was one of the reasons why I didn't try to change my story here as well, because that's what was, and all right, because I already got my answer about how to do the holistic thinking in the future if I want to. Not only just from my perspective to see it on the third person angle, but I can rewatch the episode and just remember all the things. And obviously, I know, I'm 100% sure that I will find like different things. The more I will rewind the episode, for sure. That not only about myself, but about Levan as well. Specifically how he implied the ideas, how he thinks, and then how in some aspects we both think in the same manner. For example, here about the rebuilding the thing.
Similar, yeah.
And that's really good insight to have that kind of ability to look all the time on the things, and not when you choose, all right, maybe this is the moment to do it, but all the time. If someone will have this type of ability, it would, like, they obviously will think that we are freaks or whatever, but actually works. So yeah.
We'll be paid more money than them.
I
think that all they want.
Well, yes. It's really that's fascinating, at least up until now.
Okay. Yes, same question.
Yeah, he did not answer the question, in my opinion. Well, the question was the comparison between the first drill and the second drill.
The question was, what do you think about the first versus the second?
Yeah.
So, no,
All right,
You go
so
ahead,
he
you
answered.
go ahead.
Yeah, got it. In my case, I think what's changed is with every feedback, by the way, I don't know if that's the way you usually do this, like you give the explanation right after one drill, or you do that like afterwards.
I mix things up
All
according
right.
to my target.
Got it.
So if
So
you're
this time,
expecting
got
something,
it.
I'm going to do that for a certain while, then I'm going to change
Uh-huh.
it. So my work, remember, my work is universal. It bleeds,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
goes
yeah.
all over the place. So
The only
I
reason why
change
I
it
asked,
according to you guys.
yeah, only reason why I asked, like, I just wanted to make sure it's because of the target and not because of the audience or something. Yeah.
Correct. It's
Yeah.
because of you too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what I think is, in that case, is that you, like right after you gave me feedback on the first drill, I took a different approach on the next drill, because what I'm doing is consciously or unconsciously is kind of trying not to get tricked into, like you explained that it works by deceiving, right? This practice.
Yeah.
So naturally, like type of person I am, I'm trying not to get tricked, maybe too hard. So receiving that feedback about the negativity part definitely influenced my thinking about this one, because my first instinct was, again, some negative stuff was going on here, but at the same time I was trying to see some sort of positive, and that's why I saw this alien invasion as a positive side, that they were trying to help the people of
If
this
you
country.
mark my tarot card,
Oh, no,
I'll
no,
put
no.
my foot up your ass.
Sorry. So basically, yeah, that's why I tried to see the positive side here. And comparison of these two drills would be that feedback given by you in the first drill influenced heavily my understanding of the second drill. And even after that, then you switched to some other lecture that you did about the
Chopper wrap.
kind of chopper wrap.
Yeah.
That again influenced my the futuristic view of this picture.
So that right there, and I think we can pause after this one,
Yeah,
perhaps.
for sure.
So that right there, in addition to your answer, helps to further evidence something I noticed at our first show, and I'm going to say here, of you two, you are far more easily swayable.
Yeah.
So, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in this case, with you acquiring different feedback, different variables to advance in these drills. Of course, it's a good thing. But very quickly in our first engagement last show, it's very apparent, and it should be more apparent to you guys now through the drills, that you are less swayable comparatively. Definitely much more less swayable than you. And that in this case, it's very good. You can actually argue both ways, but I will say, in my opinion, it's very good because then you can do what's called cascading, so also called scaffolding. So you're doing one drill, bettering yourself, next drill, bettering yourself, bettering yourself. That's one tactic. It's not right or wrong. In my opinion, I prefer that strategy, but it's not the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Or you can do it Rezi's way. Got it? File the information for use later. Whenever later is, that's fine. But I'm still going to stay true to my core so I can really see, am I really that way, or am I really just acquiring some temporary information that I may very easily forget and not really dig into my true self? So both are correct. This one is much more introspective, much more true to psychological introspection, because you're taking information, you're saying, okay, I got it, but let me hold on to my real answers so I can see really what would I have really said. So then with all those variables, whether it's one answer or 500 answers at the end of the session, you can say, okay, I'm this kind of person, this, and this. But yours is just as good. At the end of one answer or 500 answers, you can say, well, I did this, but I was able to pick up on it really quick. Both are right, but it is something that you should definitely walk away with just for your edification, just for your knowledge of your foundation of yourselves. You understand? That's all I got. I really don't know what the hell I was doing.
Our fucking pizza is late, unfortunately. Well, Georgian
it.
style.
Jordan's up.
Yeah. So we figured we would start another drill, and then we take another break, and then we get back again.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
the weather, like the rain right now, is exactly the time to do this type of thing. That's my
the weather helps.
yeah.
honestly. And
That's kind of the weather to do the tarot sessions.
I was gonna flex the fact that well, it's our own fucking studio, so nobody's gonna intervene or nobody's gonna tell us to.
Ooh, someone's got an attitude. That goddamn ego. You were right, Rezi.
Yeah, note that down. Note that down.
Well, not the holistic thinking skill, but well, ego for sure.
Yep.
All right, drop another drill.
All right, so we're going to do
Dr.
another one
Herman.
here. So we're going to take some other cards. We're not going to do the same cards for any of these drills. And going to do something a little different. I think I'll make it a little smaller of a drill than normal. So let's go ahead and...
We no longer paint, right? Or do we still do it?
No, you will not draw. And it's not called painting, it's called
It's
drawing,
drawing, yeah.
dumbass. Okay, so his English skills are definitely
appreciate
up
the
to the
feedback.
greatest level. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick 3 cards. I will pick let's do 5. Let's do the full drill. So 2, 2, 1. Any two, I will pick 1 for you guys. So I'll go first. All right. Not that it matters. So we'll go ahead. We'll show it up to the camera after we get all
I
the
remember
cards
this
here.
one. I think we had this last time.
Ah, thank you. Okay, we will put this
It's
down
funny that
here.
you took out that one. Yeah.
Damn, that was planned. Okay, because otherwise I suck in this
It
drill.
was this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, so let's
like
go
that's
ahead.
from the
and-
previous session.
Mhm. All right, so 5, I'll do 1. Here, ooh, that's a nice one. Okay, and then 2 and 2.
I take
wanna
2
go
cards.
Yes.
And then I take another 2.
Okay.
Take it from here.
Okay.
I can look at it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we need to. All right, we'll just put them here, and we'll show them up to the camera here. Okay, these guys. And I'll put it down here where everyone can see. So we're going to show one at a time.
Can you take the skill? We need to. Oh, okay, yeah, one at a time. That works. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we have the King of Wands.
Is it visible? Good. We can show the next one. I
Done?
think.
Okay. And then the Hierophant.
Oh, all of these have a names.
Who creates that?
Yeah, I had the same question, man. This is all so weird for me. It's like from that previous. Is it good,
Good.
Georgi? Okay, so you
Okay.
tell us when to finish it.
I can't see because you're in the lights. So. And this is the 7 of Swords.
I think that's how they got people on the
Oh.
Jeffrey Epstein Island after doing the sessions.
You say that word,
Good,
you'll be
good.
blocked by YouTube.
Yeah. Avoid those keywords. Yeah.
Okay.
That one is
And then
also
we
good.
got 2 more.
2 more, Georgi.
This is the 13th, or excuse me, the 13th of
All
what the
right.
hell is this?
Master
Whatever
of
it is.
Tarot, don't know.
I don't read tarot. Use it as a psychological tool.
Is
I
it
don't know
good,
what it
Georgi?
means.
Nice. Next one.
All right. And this is the 8th of the Justice card. Oh, that's why.
Thanks.
It's a,
That's it.
It's a
Good.
major arcana. That's
I was
why it
gonna
doesn't
say,
have
like in the previous
swords.
session, if you remember, one of my comments was emo. You remember that word?
Yeah,
emo?
I vaguely remember you describing it. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it makes so much more sense.
Remind
because
me
the-
what that is, emo?
So emo is, I still cannot
It's
describe
like
what it
an
is.
emotional person. That's how they describe themselves.
But
and,
like those teenagers with
Okay.
blue and purple hair or stuff.
I
like
was one
that.
of them, yes.
Yeah, you were one of the. Yeah,
I
this
was a
your
raver.
emo.
Yeah.
No, not
No,
raver.
not
Raver
the
is
raver.
kind of different.
Well,
Like,
with the hair.
yeah,
I had
the
blue hair, I had
metalheads,
green
but
hair.
but they tend to do some weird shit, such as sacrificing a cat or something. So,
Oh.
yeah, like weirdos.
Oh,
Basically.
okay, yeah.
And
the
they dress
weirdos, yeah.
very strange way. Yeah,
Here we don't condone that on Modern 9 to 5.
Yeah, all of this look like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll put this down so you guys can both see. Okay.
Why some
I'll
of
do
the
like this.
cards have names, but some of them don't?
Okay. From what I understand, because I don't read tarot, I know for sure. So you have the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana are like the Jack, Queen, King,
Oh, okay.
the upper
Yeah.
class, and those will have the name: the Hierophant, Justice, King of Wands. And then the minor arcana will be like the Four of Hearts, Five of Spades,
Gotcha.
which is the Seven of Swords.
I just ask. I don't give a fuck.
That's a polite way of saying "shut the fuck up, doctor." I don't give a shit. And I don't know why this one's saying 13 and there's no name on it, so that's confusing. So here's what we're going to do. So you two are, and you'll have to write this down. You're not going to draw, but just write. You two are project managers in a Fortune 100 company. So that means it's a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah.
company, international, and you are looking through employee records. So I'm HR. I've given you 5 records of 5 different people. And for this drill, you're not working together. You don't even know each other exists. So you are each picking 3 people on your team that you feel will be the best, of course. So I've given you their entire file, their entire history, their acumen, their skill set in the company and outside the company. And you're just going to say, I think these 3 are going to be the best candidates,
Yeah.
and choose them. Now, you're going to do that based on elements in the card that you are interpreting as either negative or positive.
Yeah.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when you do that, we're then going to have you explain why you chose those 3 employees to be on your team, and tell me what elements of the card made you say yay or nay.
What's the position that they are? Or
Doesn't matter. For this
Okay.
drill, it
But
doesn't
we are the
matter.
managers, right?
You're the manager, yeah.
I am in charge of hiring these people.
Yes, you're the project manager. So they're already employees. So we're basically transferring
Okay,
them
got
from
it.
here to here.
Okay,
So you
and
guys
I
are
need
the
to have
bosses.
my team, assembled
Yeah,
team.
that's it. You're picking 3 people for whatever. It doesn't matter what the team is. It doesn't matter what you are as a project manager specifically. It doesn't matter what they do. We're just speaking on abstraction here.
Okay. And we have to pick 3 out of 5, right?
Correct.
Can we start?
Please. I'm going to note the cards we got.
think I'm done.
Okay. Don't rush, Rezi, if you're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done.
We know you're the retard of the organization, so you take your time.
Like your time, man.
I'm sorry.
Think holistically.
I know I'm dragging this.
Or maybe it's a trick, and I don't want you to think
Yeah,
realistically
yeah,
on
that's
this
right.
one.
No, but I am a retard. So.
No, you're not.
Oh, now we're waiting
Yeah,
for
because you-
mollycoddling.
You don't tell retards that they are retards.
You're a very special. you tell your friends that they are retards when they are acting retarded, right?
Wait, aren't you his only friend?
Well, that makes me a retard, right?
Yeah.
Shit, I think they're
He's
gonna
pretty
block.
fast. You got that. You get insults like easy.
They're rushing me.
I hope they don't ban these words on YouTube. No idea.
Oh, your show's already banned.
Yeah,
Down
that's
throttled and
another thing.
everything.
It's not for everybody, for sure.
Okay.
the
I'm
bro
done.
show.
Done.
Done. Okay. All right.
Done.
So let's mix it up here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to get away from this drill, and I'm going to ask you one of the questions in this book here. So this drill pertains to blocks, impediments, pacing, and speeding. Okay.
What's impediment?
Impediment is a stop of something.
Yeah.
And pacing and speeding.
yeah.
Okay. And blocks. So tell me, what underlying universal principle is shared between the three below points? And I'll read them to you. 1, overcoming artist's block, also known as musician's block, also known as writer's block. 2, overcoming certain speech impediments, like stuttering.
Mm-hmm.
3, pacing while engaged in heavy conversations with others or oneself. Excuse me. And speeding when driving during heavy conversations. So those 3 points that I just read, what is the underlying universal principle between all of that?
Can you explain what's artistic block or something like the first one?
Yeah. Can you ask us?
So
Like
writer's
in a
block.
simplify the
You,
word.
you know writer's block, right? writer's block.
What is block?
So
when
writer's
they
block
get
is
stuck on some.
when you're stuck. Yeah. So if you're a writer
okay,
and you're
like,
writing
creative
poetry,
block. So you can.
yeah,
Got it.
it's called many things: creativity block, creator's block,
Uh-huh.
musician's block, writer's
All right.
block, musician's block. But it's most commonly known as writer's block.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the underlying variable,
Mm-hmm.
universal foundation concept, whatever you want to call it, underneath that links those
Mm-hmm.
those 3 points? So, like, remember, history's greatest thinkers had one commonality: the ability to see the foundation and interconnectivity of all things. So, what is the single universal commonality between those 3 things? Should I read it again?
Yes, please.
Just
Okay.
one more time. Yeah.
1, overcoming, I'm going to say writer's block and leave it at
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the other
Okay.
ones are just the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Overcoming writer's block, overcoming speech impediments,
Yeah, like mumbling.
yeah, or stuttering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
you're right, speech impediments. Or pacing while engaged in heavy conversation with others or with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or and speeding during those conversations. So you're speeding, you're on the phone, you're like, ah, kill you, motherfucker, and then you're speeding. So what is the single commonality, universal, of those 3 examples?
To overcome them.
Just the 3 universal that is the single universal that is underlying those things, whether it's to overcome it or that creates it.
Okay.
Whatever.
Ah,
It's
okay.
the
So it's
same
not
thing.
not just about overcoming. Just what is the common thing?
Correct, because the answer is the same as the problem.
Okay.
If you know the problem, then you just switch it, but it's the same concept.
The third one, can you explain? Sorry, one last
Sure.
time. What is it?
No,
Speeding?
dude, that's fine. So pacing. So let's say you're on the phone and you're in a very heated argument, a very negative argument, okay, and you're pacing, you're like, I can't believe this. You're walking back and forth. What's going on?
All right.
That same attitude, that same behavior is being done when you're driving on the phone. It's just that instead of you doing the pacing, the car is doing the pacing via you pushing the gas more. So you're on the car and you're going, and you're speeding, you're not noticing it.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the universal
Yeah,
behind those things?
should
So
I say?
what do we have here? Let me help you out a little bit more. Because like I told you before we started this second part, these are more intense. I want to beef it up a little bit here, these drills. So we have the impediment, the stop. We have the go, 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 go on the argument, whether you're pacing or you're speeding, which is keep going, faster, faster. So we have a block, and then we have the continuation of negative energy that's
Yeah.
destructive. So what would you say is the single commonality? And then the block, of course, which is a block, writer's block.
Should I say?
Whoever wants to go first.
Well, fear.
Fear. Okay, expand.
No, I wanted to say emotional stance.
Fear. All of these three things are caused by fear. Writers are afraid to take the next step because they don't know how it's going to turn out, and that blocks them thinking creatively. Second one was stuttering while talking, which means that they're afraid of how whatever they're going to say isn't going to be perceived the way they want it to be perceived, or they're just afraid to say it. And the third one is also caused most likely by fear. Because you act like that, you speed up your talk when you're nervous, and you're nervous because you're afraid of something, most likely. Like I'm trying to get the foundation would be if we're talking about like something universal, then it has to be fear.
Okay. And then give me one moment here. Okay, and then Rezi, you said emotion.
Yes.
Okay, expand.
Emotional situation doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad, so it could be either of them. For example, for the writer, it could be some negative emotions that he's undergoing through life, because we know that it's kind of like a tendency or whatever, call it. They tend to drink or like be alcohol heavy users, the artistic people, so to speak, and that might lead to the block if they're gonna continue doing that. For the stuttering, it could be also emotional stance when they are doing it, and people are noticing that, and it could even further deepen that. There's also really good and something that I still don't understand. I tried to read about that, but I was unable to find an actual answer to that. There are people who actually stutter during the speech, some regular speech, but when they are doing their loved jobs, for example, that goes for the rapper as well. There is the one of the famous Georgian rapper who during the speech has the stuttering, but when he's rapping, which should be really hard, he has zero stuttering there. And that goes for many composers as well. So that could be an emotional stance as well, if they feel uncomfortable during even regular speech. And for the third part, which was pacing during the conversations, that specifically is also the emotional stance for me as well. When whether you want to rush something and that that's the feeling, that's the emotional stance. You just want to do something faster. Again, doesn't necessarily should be bad or good. You're just in emotional stance. Understood it however you want. But the universal thing between these three is emotional stance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so many things in both of your answers here. So I'm not going to ask you to speak upon the others. I'll just go into it a little bit here. So you said fear, speaking impediments, being fearful of hearing people hear and criticize, not critique, but criticize their sayings. Sayings meaning anything that comes out of their mouth. And the speeding, because it could be a negative issue that's causing a bad, fast behavior. This is my paraphrase. And writers have fear, so they're unsure of because they're unsure of what people say of their writing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do everything I can to destroy your answers. Remember, with this, when you're thinking on this kind of level, like we talked about with JFK, the movie Kevin Costner, JFK, you got to be thinking totally different. You got to be thinking like the CIA does. You got to be thinking on a tremendously, ridiculously higher level. When you're at that level, ideally, if you're perfect, no answer you give can be destroyable. Again, a system of perfection, you'll never get there. I won't even get there. But you always strive towards that. So your answer, I'm going to say to you, okay, that sounds good, but what about writers who are not in a negative state? They're extremely positive people compared to the average person, but they just come to a point in their writings, in their book, their article, whatever, and they just feel stuck, and they feel very positive. They're like, oh, I want to get this done. Nothing is going on negative in their life. So absolutely, unless you want to correct me, there is no fear in that atmosphere, but they still come to writer's block. So are you wrong?
To that point, I might be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong at the level of the question was different, right? What is the universal thing that all these three things had in common, right? So a writer might be positive, but if we try to put all these three scenarios that you mentioned, the writer's block, stuttering, and what was the other? Speeding.
Yeah. And pacing.
If I have to think in that context, then I would say like fear is, there's a strong possibility that fear is the motivator of all these three things.
Okay. So universal, of course, means it cannot be killed. It's a universal.
Okay.
It works in this situation, this situation, this situation, this situation.
Yeah.
So you're completely right. If I prefaced or put in the information something like a negative atmosphere, so this writer is pissed off because of this, or this writer is screwed up in this way, or this writer feels bad, or something that gives information that whoever it is, that writer is in a current negative state, even if it's only 1%, but I have to give the information. Then, only then, can someone, you or anybody else, say it's a universal because it's based on the negativity. But there was no negativity in there. I didn't say the writer is a positive person or a negative person. That means, yeah, writer's block is a negative thing, but writer's block applies to negative people, positive people. At some point, if you're a really big writer, there's a huge chance that you will experience writer's block. You can be a positive person. So because I didn't say that, your answer, his answer, my answer, must always be universal. So if I come in and say, well, what about this?
I do have more universal answer to that, but I don't think if it's given any...
It's too
time
late.
is
Too
over.
late. Yeah.
Right.
Just like I said in the first half, you get one chance when you're a court witness. You get one chance when you're being interviewed for a job. When you get one chance on a first date. You get one chance in so many areas of existence on this planet. If you mess up, that is on you, and that's fine, but you have to learn from it. So your universal is excellent only if it's applied only to negative situations. It falls, it does not work. If we want a universal for someone, well, what if they're positive? You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
So with that said, it fails immediately. I don't even have to go in to try and break it down any further. So let's go ahead and move over to yours here. You said doesn't necessarily have mean something that's good or bad. Right there, you see he's staying true to his self of his calcification, in this case, a good calcification, of being open. It could be bad, could be good. This person could be having a bad day, they could be having a good day. So you're still, even after this, you're still open to possibilities. And that's always excellent anytime you're giving any kind of answer. So you revealed that you're still staying true to that. It could be negative emotions that the writer is undergoing, because many writers and artistic people drink and have such behavior. This is all my paraphrase, of course. That's true. But right when you said that, it gets into, this guy thinks that all writers have some kind of fucked up thing. You know what I mean? All writers or most writers, whatever. But the point is that if I'm hearing that as whatever, a possible friend or a possible employer or a possible policeman, whatever, you have just filed for me against yourself that there's a negative aspect against writers for whatever reason. Maybe I'm a writer and I'm like, fuck you, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol, even in real life. I hate alcohol. So that immediately insults me to whatever degree, even if it's only 1%. But the point is, it's not a universal. You're right. I agree with you completely. A lot of writers do have that. In my experience with writers and being a writer, though I don't drink alcohol, but it's not a universal because we have to make the preface. We have to make the variable that, oh, some writers have this, therefore, okay, well, wait. What about me? I don't drink. I don't have any vices as far as I know. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't think I have any vice aside from being psychotically addicted to knowledge. So not that I'm perfect, of course, but I'm just making a case here against universality, because I want universality, and I'm showing you guys, did you have universality or no? So let's continue with yours, because yours is very obvious that it failed at the outset when you said that. Yours is a little bit, someone can argue, kind of like this. So let's continue more. It still fails, but someone can argue. So here, stuttering can be emotional stance, and people notice such, which deepens their impediment because they're concerned with what they say and how people are going to judge them and everything like that, rightfully so, and that's completely valid, and that's true, as we know in psychology. There are people who stutter in speeches, but not outside speeches, such as the rapper. What's the rapper's name?
It's Toto. The Georgian.
T-O-T-O?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to look him up and listen to
Oh,
him.
I'm going to show you, during, when...
Okay, thank you. I do want to look that up. Now, he stutters in the speech, but not in his music. There's one more sentence that we'll go over, but I'm going to stop right there. That further evidences what we said with the chopper rap music. Remember, with the fluid arts, with fluidity. This is a perfect real-world example of someone who is able to do fluidity. In this case, it's in music, it's in the arts. But when he's not in the fluid moment, in sociology, it's called the flow, in the flow. Wow, I'm writing this book. Holy shit, 12 hours has gone by. I didn't even notice it because I was in the flow of creativity, my own flow, so I didn't notice it. So when Toto is rapping, it doesn't affect him. He doesn't give a shit. His mind, his subconscious mind, allows him free reign because it knows that he's in fluidity mode. Now, when he's divorced from that atmosphere and he's not rapping anymore. Now he's susceptible to his impediment. So I just wanted to bring that up there. And then we'll go to the last point here. Pacing can be emotional stance, whether wants to rush something. It could be bad, it could be good. Universal is emotional stance. What do you think about his answer holding up that it's one word, emotions? Your one word was fear, so his is emotions. But before you answer, recall and take into account my answer, my negation for him on his first point and the last 2 points that he said.
His answer holds better in terms of universality, but at the same time, it lacks the specificity, which I thought was the goal of this kind of assignment. So I picked on specific emotion, which is probably the strongest instinct of human, and you know, if the question, and obviously the question was about the universality, then it doesn't hold, because some of those scenarios are not necessarily caused by the fear. So emotion is more general in the case of Rezi, as he clarified in the beginning. It's not necessarily good or bad emotion, but it's an emotion, and even that can be challenged, like you did. So that brings me to my, you know, that's something that got me thinking, what is more universal than those two answers? And I don't know if I should say, but I do have an answer. Yeah. But again, I'm sure even that answer can be challenged from many different angles.
Qualifier. I got an answer, but maybe I'm wrong.
All right.
Okay. Let's not say that now.
All right.
So he's saying no. He's saying your answer failed. What do you say to that? And then I'll jump in.
Oh, my answer did not fail.
Okay.
Whether that's Levan, on Levan's argument or yours.
Ooh.
Because because it is all that situations are emotional stances, and again, it as an answer, emotional stance, it's universal because it covers all the emotions. And if we want to go on specific and deeper levels, that's another story. But
I have a question there. So you say, like, the thing was like, how does an answer emotion hold against the, you know, it has to be universal thing for all these three scenarios, right? So if we're saying that it's universal for all the scenarios, then emotion must be the reason that's causing, let's say, stuttering.
yes.
So are you saying that stuttering never happens if there is no emotion?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I disagree, because even the writer's block can be just a mental, you know, it's not necessarily an emotion, but like mental capacity.
Not for
like
me.
you might not be smart enough to write the next, or you might not get inspired, or I don't know, just not get the idea to write it. That's why I'm going. That's why I think that emotion is not necessarily
Okay, but not for me. For me, if I would have been a person who wants to study these things, that would be my starting correlation factor, that emotions are affecting all this. I'm going to start the focus groups. I'm going to start the research. And only after I'm proven wrong, then, all right, I will say that maybe I was wrong.
Okay. So, and this drill gets quite deep, as you can see. So, it fails. The reason why, there are a few reasons why. The number one way, in my opinion, let me start over. The only way to get over writer's block, musician's block, creator's block, whatever you want to call it, the only way is to divorce from your atmosphere. So perhaps you heard in that if someone's having writer's block, many people, if not most lay people, not psychological experts, will say something like, go for a walk, clear your mind, get away from your piece that you're working on so you could come up with new ideas, go get a breath of fresh air, take a 15-minute break, walk away from your desk or wherever you're doing this. Have you two heard something of that nature?
Well, yes, but how does that contradict to my argument? If someone is emotional, I'm just telling them go on a fresh air to calm down your...
Yeah. So that's number one. The only thing that's needed is to divorce from that atmosphere, to go into a new atmosphere, and then later come back to that atmosphere with the new information or the new resolve. The new information in your mind would be a refreshment of your mind. Maybe not information is, okay, I can put this in the book. That's great if you do have it, but it's not necessarily what's totally needed. What's needed is a refreshment of your mind, which allows more fluidity, the flow. Also, just imagine someone, let's look into a less common atmosphere, but it does exist. Someone who is not emotional, like you were saying. Someone who either is not very emotional by character, by nature, or someone who's just an everyday person who just at that moment isn't having any emotion. If you ask them, they say, you say to them, why do you feel stuck? Are you angry? No. Are you upset? Are you hungry? No, I'm totally fine. Are you happy? What are you thinking about? Now, of course, you can forever argue that, well, subconsciously they got some emotion that's going on that's fucking up their ability to make the sentence and all that stuff. You can forever argue that. No one would ever be able to answer that because it's subconscious. However, probability-wise, I say 100%, very least 99% of the time, that's not the case. It is simply a different variable, which I'm going to say later. It is not necessarily the emotion. So let me be more specific here. In the Bible, I'm not a Christian, but in the Bible, I studied the Bible heavily and many other religions for 30 years. In the Bible, there's a part when the adulteress, people come and they take her and they say, hey, we have to stone her, we have to kill her according to the law. And Jesus said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. What did he do? I'm not a Christian, but I love Jesus so much because we know for sure that he walked this earth. That's a historical fact, even if you hate Jesus and you hate Christianity. He did live on this planet. I love him because many reasons, but in that argument, he did the best thing anyone could ever do. He took the argument of the crowd that wanted to kill her and completely removed it. He didn't go in there and say, guys, I know her. This is Sarah. She really fucked up, or she was fucked up as a kid, and she thinks it's okay to sleep around and all that stuff. Or guys, she'll never do it again. Or I'll talk with her. Don't worry. He didn't combat them. He didn't combat them because if he did, most likely, just knowing human nature, most likely he wouldn't have won. He would have just applied force. They would have applied force verbally, of course, not physically. So what he did was he took the argument and completely ripped it. There's no one in existence that can say, I'm without sin. I can cast the first stone. So your answer, both of your answers are quite good. Yours is good in that it's like, you're right there. But if you put into the variable a situation such as this Jesus situation where this person's not really feeling emotionally drained or any negative emotion, anything that would stop them emotionally from going forward,
not universal.
It's like possibly, maybe, and if you are ever in a situation of maybe, possibly, you're wrong. A universal is a universal. It's like math. 1 and 1 is 2. There is never, maybe it's 2.1 or 1.00 or 1.9999999, whatever. It's yes or no. It's binary. A universal is binary. It's either yes or no. So in this case, and there are more things to go here, but this is taking too long. In this case, you're right, but there is a more correct answer, which is the universal, where it is the answer. It's binary. This is it. 1 and 1 is 2. This is it. Are you ready for the answer?
Of course.
Okay. We'll give it to you next week.
Duh,
After
what?
these messages. This is when Rezi kicks my ass.
I mean, seriously, come on.
This is,
I was waiting for.
so-
No, let's
what
say
was
save
like
that.
14 minutes. Just,
I mean, he's right. We shouldn't say that on the camera.
This is nice. It's
Whoever
frequency.
guesses, maybe.
Yeah,
Whoever
whoever
guesses
guesses.
gets what?
You get a Bitcoin donated by Rezi and Levan here.
Well, we don't have a Bitcoin, so
Oh, 2 Bitcoins.
maybe
Okay.
I don't know if you have any service offerings. Now is the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give the answer.
yeah,
so
no, if you're gonna guess it, you're gonna get a universal present. So
there you go. There you go. There you go.
wait for that.
All right.
So the answer is frequency fluidity. 2 words. Frequency fluidity.
Frequency fluidity.
So what does that mean? That means going back to the flow, which, as I said, is a sociological concept. When you're doing something like Toto, when he's rapping, he's in the flow. He's in frequency fluidity. So his frequency, in that case, is whatever frequency allows his self, spirit, nature, whatever you want to call it, his soul, his mindset, his ability to keep doing that, to start and keep doing that song. You understand? To go with the song, to do it. Go, 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 go. Once he stops, he disconnects that frequency either on his own or something happens or whatever. The frequency stops. You understand? So when that frequency fluidity is halted from whatever variable, it doesn't matter what the variable is in this case. That is what stops it, and that is what brings him to being able to possibly, unfortunately, stutter again if he's speaking. It's the same thing with a tornado. Remember, with holistic vision, you should be able to make these references all over the place. With a tornado, what causes a tornado? Certain air fluctuations. I'm just going to leave it at that. What stops a tornado? The divorce, the stopping of the air fluctuation. Okay, so what helps that tornado perpetuate, continue to exist? The frequency fluidity. The frequency meaning the frequency of the air, and I'm talking science here. I'm not talking hippie shit or anything like that. As long as that fluidity continues being fluid in that frequency, that tornado will never stop throughout eternity. Of course, that will never happen because of weather dynamics, but when that happens, it will only stop when that fluidity stops. When someone is writing, it will stop whether they're happy, if they're hungry, if they are possibly in a situation where they're stuck because in 5 hours they have a birthday party going on with their, let's say they're male, with a girl that they've been wanting to date for a year. So they're like, their mind is over there. Mostly it's here because they are writing successfully, but their mind is there. So what does that mean? They're not in a negative state. They're in a state where they're elsewhere and their frequency fluidity is ongoing because they're able to write. But at some point, they divorce from that atmosphere, from that frequency, and they're thinking whatever. In this case, in this specific example I'm giving, they're thinking back to that girl, hoping that she likes them. Maybe how do I say hello? How do I ask her out? How do I make her think that I'm great and everything? So they have divorced from that frequency fluidity here that's causing this. So that is why the number one answer by lay people is do something different. Get up and go into nature, go for a walk, go sing, go have a taco, whatever. Divorce from that atmosphere so then you come back and you can re-engage in that atmosphere. And that frequency fluidity is the universal, just like going back to the Jesus exercise, there is no, okay, well, Dr. Herman, I see what you mean, but what if it's in a negative state? Frequency, fluidity. Okay, but what if that person's feeling happy, like the birthday with that girl that they want to date? Frequency, fluidity. Everything comes back to that. Okay, but Jesus, she's a whore. Okay, you're right. Are you without sin? Okay, but Jesus, she's done this 5 fucking times. You're right. Are you without sin? No one can negate it. You understand?
Yeah.
So Jesus's universal was delivering, dickhead, if you're without sin, you feel free, asshole. But I know none of you fuckers are without sin, so fuck you. You know, step aside. So we're very PC here on Modern 9 to 5. If you have any complaints, feel free to write into Rezi and Levan at P.O. Box. Kiss my ass.
Retarded one, and what did you
They're
call him?
retarded. And I have so many names for you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean retarded. I mean
And
fucker,
limited.
whatever. And he's a
Mentally
doctor.
challenged.
I'm the dipshit
doctor.
doctor. The dipshit doctor.
Now, I mean, like for fair reasons, but 10 grand a month is a good salary everywhere. Even in the fucking UK
but
and the shithole UK. They're like,
that's-
Oh, okay, $10,000.
that's
Yeah,
still
and that's what
that's
you're getting for
reasonable
one session.
money.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
you
get-
obviously.
yeah, I'm
but-
assuming you get more than one client every month.
Yeah, and remember I told you that's the low end 10,000.
Yeah,
That's-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the whole point.
but here 10K is like you can live as a king for sure. But
Okay.
again, like Levan said, I mean it's a really good amount of money everywhere.
Bro,
Okay.
10K
Yeah, yeah.
net is actually
Yeah.
double, no, not double, triple the amount of average in the UK. The UK every salary is like, alrighty, let's go. Keep going.
Okay. All right,
We
so we'll
can
go
go.
Where
right
were
back
we?
into it. Okay, so do I need to recap, or I guess you're gonna
No,
edit
I
it?
can-
So yeah.
I think
Right.
you closed the previous drill, so and we started this and we did not finish this one. So.
Right, I just meant to recap for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Do I need
Oh
to-
yeah, maybe
Okay.
refresh
All right,
our
so,
memory.
So, so remember, your project managers in a Fortune 100 company. These are 5 different employee files from HR that I gave you. I'm HR, and you're choosing 3 people to be your teammates. So go ahead and choose 3. Did you choose the
Yes.
3?
Yeah.
Did we stop there? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with you. Just say your first one and why.
My first one is the 7. So
Which one?
the 7. That's 7.
Oh,
right?
the
Seven of Swords,
It's
yeah.
funny. My first one is also.
And
wait. Let me show. This one is Rezi's first one.
Oh, yeah.
And explanation is this is a person who can operate on difficult situations and on all of the levels. And in my team, I would like to have such person.
Okay. Okay. All right. And Levan, you're first.
My first one was also this 7th one, which is funny. My explanation is not slightly different. I see this person as a sacrificial one, like a soldier, and another good term is a pain sponge, to quote from Succession, which is basically someone who can, if I'm managing this person, I would assume that she'd go in war with me, she'd be my ally, she'd basically, she wouldn't have any issues of getting a bad reputation or something if I give her a certain task that she needs to deliver negative news to some of the other departments or the subordinates. I think she'd be fine with it and she'd take all the shit from those employees. That's how I see, and I need a soldier basically.
Okay.
Oh, and the reason why I say that because she's basically eating a dagger here. Like she's in a tough position and like sacrificial position.
Okay. All right. So I was just going to say that to you, Rezi.
Mm-hmm.
So remember when you're learning to function at this level. And when you are functioning at this level, you're ideally, in a perfect system, you're not going to miss anything. So you were about to miss it, but then you said, oh, wait, I said this because of this. You missed it.
To
So
mention why I said that.
Yes, but the symbols. Remember I said, say whoever you're going to choose, but then also say what elements in the card make you say this is negative or positive and why you chose that. Now we can't really say much because we just had a big meal break, so it's not really on you. I just want to bring it to your attention because that could have distracted us easily. So go ahead and finish why you said that.
Right, of course. Because I think this person, how I understand this picture, and as I see, works in a circus, and all the circuses are operating on really difficult levels. They are doing really difficult stuff, not daily and everyday tasks. And based on that, this could be the person that when we are in a difficult situation in my team, I can give any kind of task to this person, and he or she can actually operate on that level.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to change this up, and I'm going to answer my choice. I'm going to do the same job that you guys did. I'm only going to do it with one and show you my answer. So I would choose, I'll just pick whatever, it doesn't matter. I choose this one. This is the
Not in my list.
13, but I don't know what it is.
No,
It's
I do
which
have it
card?
in my
Okay.
list.
Okay. So that's funny that you both said it's not on your list.
No, it is in my list.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
not on
Okay.
mine.
All right. So I choose this one, and I'm just going to say I choose this one because this would be my co-captain. So I'm going to classify this entity as female, okay? And I'm going to say she's clearly pregnant, and she has the pointed fingers, the pointed toes, and the pointed face. She's got a skull face of an animal and the pointed tooth and the pointed hair braids that are flowing in the wind. And that to me represents ferociousness. It represents that she is the, I don't like this word, but it's the best word for me to use right now, bloodthirsty leader. She's the one that's going to go in and, as admirals and generals say, get shit done. So she's going to go in and get stuff done. She's also black. Now, I say color black, not black like black, white, Chinese, and all that stuff. In this illustration, she's black. Now, why am I saying that? Because in this kind of artwork and in much artwork across history, something that is, and whether this is right or wrong, who gives a shit, it is what it is. Something that is seen as more pure, more innocent, is illustrated as a light color. Yellow, almost always white. A light yellow, almost always white though. When something is illustrated as dark, be it dark purple, dark maroon, burgundy, red, of course, most of the times, black. It's some kind of entity that is translated as you can call it evil, but I'm not using that word evil here. I'm using it, that interpretation as kick-assery is the word I'm going to use, bloodthirsty. So she's going to go in and get shit done. And you can see there's an entity underneath her that is clearly younger, unless it's a different species, you can argue that. I'm going to say it's a younger entity that's male, not that it matters if it's male or female. I'm just making an observation. And this entity is under her foot. So that right there tells me that she's able to control shit. She's able to control people in a good way, not manipulative way for my team. I don't want her to be a manipulator. I want her to be able to keep the people in their fucking place and get shit done. Not be lazy, not call in, not make excuses. Get shit done. I don't care how you do it, make it happen. Now, in the back, you see the
Funny,
chimneys.
no, I
and
have the. Oh, sorry. Okay, just finish it up and then I'll.
we'll go, do we have something?
No, like this. Some of the stuff that you were saying, the same exact description I have on other picture.
Okay, you
Like
better not be
getting
changing
shit
your
done.
fucking story.
No,
Oh,
no.
I was going to say the same thing, doctor.
No, I mean it's written down.
Nice.
Here.
I'm kidding, as long as you're not changing.
funny.
So in the back, there are some structures there with some chimneys, and those chimneys are ongoing. So what does that mean to me? To me, that means shit is ongoing, shit is happening. She's the entity that is making stuff happen. She is the entity that isn't evil, but bloodthirsty. I don't want any fucking excuses, which is exactly me. I don't take shit for excuses from anybody. You make it happen. So she's in charge. She's reigning over these buildings, these operations, and they're functioning fine in my interpretation. Also, the last thing is that the water is a still water. I interpret that as it's still, it's collected, it's regulated. It's also an element that further evidences my interpretation that she is the bitch ruler. Bitch in a good way, like a good bitch.
Is there a
Like
bad
a
bitch?
good
I am
bitch.
a bad bitch, you know what I mean? Not a bitch like male or female, sorry.
Is there a bad bitch? No.
Oh, yeah.
Bad bitch.
Again,
Oh.
any complaints, right into P.O. Box.
All bitches are good.
So I see that water, that body, as regulated, as calm. It's not tumultuous. It's not torrential. It's not wavy. It's regulated. It's calm. It's organized. It's regarded. So she is able to control everything. This operations, the piece of the atmosphere, which is illustrated by the water, and she's able to regulate the people. So I'm going to stop there. I can go much more, but I wanted to do that so you can see the difference between your guys' interpretation of this variable, excuse me, and the reason why you chose something, your interpretation of a single variable, saying it looks like she works in a circus. Yeah, I got you, but what elements specifically are saying this or that? You notice what I did. I said her claws, her pointiness on her toes, her teeth, everything. I was very specific. So that is the element of specificity that you have to have in this drill. And you have to have that ability to translate every element of specificity that you choose. Doesn't have to be all of them. If you get all of them, beautiful. But if not, that's okay. But translate it perfectly
Yeah.
so everybody knows what the hell I just said or what the hell you just said. You understand?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and let's do the second one. You guys decide who wants to go next with your number
No,
two.
I understand now. Okay, I can just
Okay.
go ahead.
Say the
and,
second one. Yeah.
let's go with this one. This is what I chose.
I also. It's fucking. Did you like? Were you watching
was
my
watching.
fucking
No, I
paper?
also choose the.
I have first one this and second one this.
I know that this is my, let's suppose, third one. Doesn't matter. I mean, we just need to choose the group. So
Right.
what I chose here and why I
of
chose
Wands.
this one, yeah, the King of Wands, is because I need a leader, and this person is a leader because, as we can see,
Sorry, I'm gonna show it to the camera.
Oh, yeah.
This
Oh,
one
yeah,
he
yeah.
chose.
yeah, let's go ahead, because now I understand how to speak, and this is a leader because we see like the symbol of the judgment and the one who holds the power as a how do we call it in English, the
Ruler?
the
Staff.
staff, yes,
Okay.
which
Scepter.
yeah, which could be interpreted as a symbol of the power. We also see that he going by the observation that this is he. We have the crown, but it's a black crown. I understand it in a way that in a dark times he can choose, he can make an actual decisions for others. We also see that it's the night time, so whether it's the day shift or the night shift, this person can operate. We see that there are three other subordinates who are praising him, and we can just see them just because the one that's on behind is hugging, and I understand that. Okay, I mean he knows, he trusts this person. Same goes for the middle one who's bringing some kind of an information to him and holding his hand, by this providing support and the loyalty to the leader, to the actual captain of the group. And there's also the third one. Also, the group operates on all sorts of different levels, because we have the blacks and the whites, female, the males, so all kind of different personalities, so to speak. And the last one, which is the black, also speaks to the captain, in my understanding, providing all the data, and they are just analyzing it, and they will just push it to the flow.
Okay.
As the answer that I wanted to have.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so let's stop there for a moment. Do you see the difference in this answer versus
Yeah.
the translation of why he did it in his previous answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you go ahead and say your second one.
My
Or
second
why.
is
Yeah.
the same one,
Yeah.
but do you want me to do the same one, or I have the third one also?
No, same one. Same one.
Okay,
Yeah.
same one. I did not go into that much details, but like the main main selection criteria for this one was he's the king, and he's someone I can delegate my work and trust my work to. He's also in bright colors mostly. He's this white colors, like you said, it associates like something positive to me, for me. And this gives me the vibe that he's a kind and good person. And another reason why I think that is because he is admired. Like as he said, he's been hugged from behind. The second one is also holding his hand, and the other one is just looking at him, amazed. So this gives me and his face doesn't look arrogant, neither I don't know, like full of himself or something like that. So this gives me the vibes of someone who is genuinely kind and is being admired, and this associates to being a great leader. So I want to have a kind of person in the team who is being followed because people like him and not because people fear him. And that's someone I would trust, and I would just, by managing this person, I would be able to manage thousands. That's why I would have this one in the team.
Okay. So I'm trying to regulate this drill because, as you can see, this drill, easy 1 hour by itself.
yeah.
Easy. With one person.
Yeah.
Two people even longer. So
Taking long.
So let's go ahead and let's skip the third one for now. And you two just point to one that you did not choose. Because I don't know your third one. Okay, the Hierophant, you did not choose?
Yeah, we had the same list, basically. I did not choose this and this,
Okay.
the one that you
But
said.
you
I
chose this
yeah,
one.
I
Okay.
have that.
All right,
Oh,
so
you
you
have it.
chose this one, and you didn't choose this.
Yeah.
You did not choose this. What's another one that you did not choose?
The first one.
The first one. Okay, so let's do this then. Because he already heard me give this answer, I don't want you to be primed with my answers.
I wouldn't be, because I actually have like the opposite of what you had to say in this one.
I understand,
yeah.
but it is possible that you're primed
Got it,
into the
got it.
contrary. I didn't want
Okay.
this because of this. Now, if I will trust you, if you say that you can explain this without using my
Yeah.
stuff,
I
I'll
think
let you
I
do
can.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go with that then. So yours is here, and you have the Hierophant, and I'll take these guys away.
Wait, now we need to negatively speak about this. Why we?
Yes, now I want to
Why
know
did not?
why you didn't choose that person on your team. So go ahead first. I want to hear yours.
This is the one I did not select. The one that Dr. Herman selected. Um, and for me, this is a manipulator and kind of cutthroat bitch, like bitch in a bad way, like the opposite of what you were saying. That's why I said. So you said the bitch in a good way, but I'm seeing the bitch in a bad way in this time. I think she will do what it takes to get ahead in the game of project corporations, because this time the example is to be in SAP 500, whatever. So she is the type of manipulator and a psychopath that is going to use her power to get ahead in the game. And by her power, I do not mean the only manipulation. She seems to have a nice body. She's pregnant, but at the same time, you see her foot on somebody else, which gives the vibes of a bully person. Basically, like whoever is below her, I would assume she's not respecting them, and she's just out. She's outside of this, the building behind her, which is a place where stuff needs to be going on, but she is doing her dirty job, like behind the stage, basically. So she's sneaky. She's a manipulator in my mind, and she's toxic. Basically, that's someone I do not want in my team, because even though she might do some stuff right, and she might be ruthless in some cases, I would never be able to trust this person, and I would expect her to stab me in the back when something is going on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I did not select her.
Okay. And then, Rezi, why you didn't take the Hierophant?
Yeah, can you show Leon?
Yeah, this is the card that Rezi did not select,
Yeah.
and neither did I, but Rezi will explain why he did not select.
Yeah, of course.
I think we
I
have the
guess.
same opinion about this one.
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Because when I was choosing, I just chose the first three that caught my attention, and now I think what Dr. Herman is trying to induce from us is thinking on the spot. That's what I'm gonna do. But typically, okay, let's go. So I did not choose this person because I think this person is really two-faced person, so not the loyal one. I can say that based on the face. This person has two sides of the face, so it could be interpreted as a two-faced person. So might dagger you when the time comes. Plus, we can see that he has wings. I would assume it's a he has wings, but these wings are black, the color that is not on the good side. The hands are in closed position. Same goes for the knees. So this person is not open and will not be open to the new ideas. Will only promote his ideas. Wearing the red, like the color of the blood. In my interpretation, it's that he is bloodthirsty. Will try anything to move up on the ladder, and can't do anything about that. Also, this person is strategic one because he's standing on the chessboard, and
that's a
he
good
can
point.
just move the pieces on the chessboard and just sacrifice. We know that in chess there is one of the best moves is also to sacrifice, and he can actually sacrifice his co-workers. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
My explanation was simpler for this one.
As well, there's no wrong answer. Okay. All right. So, one thing that we notice, I'll keep this other one out too. one thing that I notice about the answers here, and no right or wrong answers, but one thing I notice is that you went deeper after I did my drill, which understandably so. You guys have never done this, and this is a more advanced drill. That's fine. But there's still my answer compared to your guys's. There is more depth in my answer because I take things and I expand a little bit deeper. Let me be specific here so you know what I'm saying, even more so. The water. Tell me, am I correct? Do you think that my answer, you remember what I said about the water,
It's
right?
so still and
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
peaceful.
you
Yeah,
remember?
I
Okay.
remember them.
Do you think that many people would, number one, say anything about the water when they're talking about the entity that they're choosing? Number two, say things about the water that translate to the being that they chose. What would you say? Do you
I
think
would
most
say
people
like
know?
below 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. That right there further evidences the ability to be able to see things totally different. And this is not an instance of, okay, I better do some good shit here because we're here and all this stuff. When you're able to do these things, when you're doing these drills and habituating them, like you said, how do we do this? You have to divorce to be able to habituate. You will notice relatively quickly that you're going to start seeing shit that most humans will not even be able to comprehend. And that's not hyperbole. That's not a joke. So right here is a very real world example of what I just said. So comparatively, your guys' answers were much more superficial. Not superficial to the to level of like shitty or anything like that. Absolutely not. But when you're ranked to me, totally different. And it's only because I've been doing this for decades. So what I want to say is that the answers that you gave, they were really good, but a little bit more on the, yeah, I see what you mean. It's pretty easy, which is fine. You can live and die like that, and you can make a lot more money than I have, maybe. I don't know. But my point is you don't have to change. As I've said to so many clients, you do not need me. You can be a millionaire, be extraordinarily successful. We don't need holistic vision. You do not need me. However, if you want to be of history's greatest thinkers, of the best in the history of whatever field you want to be in, you do need either me or this education from someone else to get to this level. So that's why I noticed immediately you want to get far deeper, much deeper in your answers, in your delivery of whatever expertise you're doing, all that stuff. Also, another thing is the answers that you gave, they're good. Your chessboard one was excellent. The fact that you even said that and said it's strategic because the chessboard is there, that's excellent. Not that 5% of the population would do, it'd be more than 5%, but it was still better. So you want to make sure that your answers are much deeper. So why do we give a shit? Because when you're habituating that kind of core where you're going deeper very quickly, what does that mean? Well, that means if you're a cop, you can have a conversation or interrogation, whatever, you can see really fast, much faster than your other fellow cops of what the hell's going on. Is this guy telling the truth? If you're a marketer, you're going to be able to look at me as your client or your client, and you're going to say, okay, you're saying this, but you don't really want that. What you really want is this. And then I can say something like, he fucking knows what I want. I don't even have to say everything fully. It's like he can connect with me. It's like he can finish my sentences. He knows what I really want. So why are you able to do that? Because you're able to see on a deeper level, below my language, below my speech that I'm telling you as your client, I want this and this and this. You're saying, okay, you want this, but you don't want that, because you're able to look deeper, like this holistic vision that universals, it's right or wrong. It's binary. It's yes or no universal. So when you're acquiring those things, you're able to do these grand things. You understand so far?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the target of where you ultimately want to go when you're doing all these fucking exercises. Whatever they are, I don't care what they are. You can make up your own exercises. But the point is that that's what you're trying to do. So that helps to illustrate what you see in front of you, what interpretation you make, and why you do that. Because you're a deep thinker, because you're a superficial thinker, because you have these experiences in your past that you keep recalling every time you have an interaction with Levan or somebody else. And you keep prefacing yourself with, in my opinion, I think, I could be wrong, because you need to divorce from that to go forward with more gravitas, with more authority, more confidence. So you're able to divorce from that stuff if you habituate these things. You understand thus far?
Yeah, I do understand.
I understand. You just
Okay.
brainwashed us.
They're just really pissed
I'm
off right now.
I'm following, but
Long story short is like
But-
level of depth you can have into certain type of context, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah. You mentioned the importance of habituating those things, and it seems like I don't know if it's like a habituatable skills, to be honest, but I see where you're coming from. Like if you do that, enough times, you probably get better at
Of course.
noticing these different aspects and details.
Of
Anywhere
course.
else, like on the picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely not say anything about the water, which doesn't tell me anything there, except the fact that it's still and peaceful and there is no bad weather. Well, it does actually tell me something now that I
Yeah,
think
of
about
course,
it.
of course.
But yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from.
There's a lady
And the
that,
chess analogy was good. Yeah.
yeah, that was excellent. Definitely, I wouldn't even say good. I would say that's excellent. There's a lady who's a lawyer. Well, she was a lawyer, and she's an American, and she got her master's after becoming a lawyer. She got her master's in art or art history, art something, and she teaches FBI, Navy SEALs, high-level entities, paramedics, first responders, and all that stuff. She teaches them what's called visual acuity. Her name is Dr. Amy Herman. So
Is she a sister or something?
no. So she trains these people by, I want to say it's 3 or 4 hours, if I remember correctly. All she does is she takes these people as batches into the art museum, art
Okay.
gallery in America, and she has them describe these abstract art pieces to her. And there's one detective in particular that had to go through her training at least 3 times. And he said to her, she said, I noticed you're here for your 3rd time. He said, I don't get it. And he was a cop, he's a detective. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because of something you just said. There was an FBI agent that she talked with, and she said, describe the picture. It was some fucking beautiful. I love abstract art by far. I don't really care for realistic shit. It's too simple for me. So she said, what do you see? The FBI agent said everything. And she said, did you not notice this other thing in the background? It doesn't matter what it is for this conversation. And the FBI agent said, I did, but I didn't think it was important to say. And that's exactly what you just said in different words about the water. So a lot of people would say something like, Rezi, Levan, Dr. Herman, who gives a shit about the water or that thing that the FBI agent missed? No, that right there tells me a few things. And anyone who's qualified in this level here that's going to possibly examine you guys in the future, you never know. It says they don't look at all the information properly. They may see something, but they're not going to expand upon it, or at least fucking ask the question. Hey, I just got a question about this. And they're not going to be able to speak intelligently about those things. And in this atmosphere, it's like, okay, you don't have to if you don't want to, but you do have to if you want to elevate yourself onto this level.
Yeah.
However, in the area of the first responders and FBI where you got guns drawn, it does matter because now you're able to say, okay, there are 12 perpetrators, there are 12 terrorists holding up hostages, and there are 13 hostages. This gun is a Glock. This gun is it's got 15 mags or something like that. There's more specificity, which translates into saving lives. It's no joke. So all these things to a regular person, it'd be like, okay, who gives a shit? Shut up, Dr. Herman. But we're not talking about those regular people. We're talking about being able to function on this level. So I just wanted to throw that in there when you said about the water.
All good.
All good.
Yeah.
It sucks.
No, it's
no,
great. It's
no,
just, I mean,
it's-
it really gives me kind of understanding of what type of person you should be if you want to be the top 1%. Like, people operating at that level that you're just describing, like, those people that manage basically the world.
Yeah.
They rule the world, right? So
that just makes me think about the things I have missed up until now while I was observing something.
Yeah.
Specifically even on my job, like in my understanding, some of the KPIs were not that important, but afterwards it appeared. So if I could have just looked at them and mathematically went through them, could have spared so much time.
Yeah.
There was one exercise, and just reminded me of what you were talking about. In the first year of my MBA, basically, to give you the idea very simplistically, they just give you the bunch of data, and you're trying to make sense of it. Not just data, just pieces of information. And then they make you come up with a conclusion, like what's going on there. Then they give you another piece of data, and then they give you another one. And like they just help you understand how much of the this missing pieces of data, how much difference do they actually make when you add them.
Understood.
And that's like something similar what you were describing. The reason why you should be able to see all angles is because they make sense as a whole, right? I mean, at some point. Yeah, so it just reminded me. Nobody got that assignment right in the beginning, of course, because there are too many missing pieces of data.
Okay.
And then it all makes sense when they give
They were
the
unholistic people.
yeah. It was the example was about basically like some racing car. Like what you need to fix so it becomes competitive in a certain type of race, and then they were giving you this tool is broken and you need this and that, and then they give you extra information. And then you realize, all right, you could never have guessed that.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
Well, not before the program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you become holistic thinker.
That's good. Yeah. No, even if you're not a holistic thinker, but you just have in your mind how that should work.
Right.
And when someone asks you something like that, you can try to think of, all right, if I was a holistic thinker, what I might notice and try to go through that.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make one thing clear for our audience. Like, you're not saying that holistic vision is something that everybody should have and it's like the most important thing in your life. Is that the right message that I'm saying?
The opposite.
Yeah.
In my I've been studying this for over 40 years. I've been doing it for over 10 years professionally. In my adamant professional opinion and experience, this is mandatory. This should be mandatory for every human that ever touches this
For
planet.
voters, at least the ones
at least for the voters.
Yes, voters. So they can see what's
at
happening.
the very least for the women, it should be must, right?
The bitches, yeah. Again, complaints
See,
right
that's our
into
speech.
P.O. Box 591, Ravi and...
You see, that's our low-level speech.
Rezi
That's
and-
what we can tell, bitches.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we're back to the comfort zone, all right?
is
So
the
wait,
level
so,
of their
so you are
contribution.
saying it's important for
Absolutely.
everybody. All right.
I'm not saying, I'm saying it is of the utmost important. It is the single skill that every human should ever have. And I'm not exaggerating because And I'm not saying any dumb shit of like, oh, get it from me and buy my product. Fuck you. I don't know. Just learn this shit and habituate it, because this thing, it bleeds into every fucking aspect of existence. If you have this ability to think, now you're not perfect, of course. Even me, I've been doing this for so goddamn long. But when you have this ability, it bleeds into everything. When you're having a conversation, you're able to talk and gauge different things that they're possibly going to say, what they really mean behind what they're saying, which is called pragmatics in linguistics. So you're not only listening to them, like that example of me being the client and you being the marketer, you're listening to me, but at the same time you're saying, no, he doesn't really fucking mean this. He means this. It bleeds into child rearing. If you're a parent and you want to raise your child in the best manner ever feasible of any human, you're going to be able to see things, be like, okay, he's doing a temper tantrum, tantrum. I don't know if they know that word in English, sorry. Where you're basically yelling at the store, I want my toy, I want my food, all this stuff. You're not doing the simple shit of like, okay, let's go, or whatever. You're thinking on a deeper level to be able to address that very quickly. You're able to solve crimes if you're a crime investigator. You're able to argue better if you're a lawyer. It bleeds into everything. So no, I say everyone should always have this.
Amazing. Thank
Again,
you.
you go on my website, only $9.95, 3 easy payments. Children, if you're under 18, get your mom and dad's credit card while they're sleeping after they're drunk after that 4th beer. Kidding, of course.
You won't be able to afford it, children. It is very expensive.
So that's what I got for today.
No, I mean, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Herman.
For this.
We'll disclose how much this 3-hour session is actually worth.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and say it?
Yeah, so
It's priceless.
It's priceless. That's what it is. 3 easy payments of $29.95. No, this. So my prices, as I explained with you guys, are value based. So that means it depends on how much value the entity I'm delivering to will get. So this session, based on these two guys' situation in life here, is minimum $10,000 for these 3 hours.
First
or 4
time we
hours,
heard this,
whatever it
I
is.
was like, oh my fucking, I hope he's not going to charge us, but.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
huge thanks again.
Yeah, of course.
Dr.
Thank you.
Herman, we're
Appreciate
always
it.
happy to have
So-
you.
Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
he's living in Thailand pretty soon. We don't know if he's gonna come back, but you're always welcome. Not
Thank
just
you.
in the
Like
studio,
I said,
but
we're
in
going
our
to have
country.
many other sessions.
I don't know about that
Where
free
we go.
part.
Well, when we can afford $10,000 for one session, then we have.
Then I'm there.
Oh my God! Thanks
Appreciate
a lot
it,
again.
guys. Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thank you
Subscribe
again,
us. I
yeah.
don't know what you're doing if you're not subscribing. I mean, we're just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb and drills.
Yes.
Nothing like UK drill though. It's nothing like those shit tasty music. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.